We both in this
Back
shop.
on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, Brad Dixon, head coach of the Central Panthers. Camp Point Central is 4-0.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, visiting with Sidekick Coach Zach Ferguson. And Coach, this is one of those
Well, good evening to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports, live tonight from Pleasant Plains High School as the Pleasant Plains Cardinals play host to the Pittsfield Sockies. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Hull. Justin Noble alongside tonight. Jacob Hull, our cameraman here on the Central Illinois Sports feed, and this is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. A beautiful evening for high school football. Pleasant Plains enters the game with a record of 1-3 on the season. Pittsfield is 0-5, looking for their first win at the varsity level this year. We'll talk more about the matchup, preview what's happening throughout the Sangamo Conference, and visit with Saukey head coach Zach Ferguson. It's all coming your way on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. It's homecoming here at Pleasant Plains, and a good crowd on hand here this evening for tonight's festivities. Of course, if you have paid attention the last week or so, you heard about a young man from Pleasant Plains, Jaden Wiesenmeyer, who suffered a medical emergency during their game last Saturday against Riverton and is still in the hospital in the Springfield area. And we certainly send our thoughts, prayers, and good vibes his way as he continues his recovery. And so you're going to see a lot of emotions out here tonight as the team takes the field for the first time since that incident. And they'll be definitely playing with a little extra pep in their step for their teammate who can't join them on the field. The Sockies are looking for their first win on the varsity side, and even though the scoreboard didn't reflect it as much last week against Moreau Forsyth, really a game that was a pretty well-played game by Pittsfield on the defensive side especially. Really made Moreau Forsyth drive the ball down the field, really earn anything they got on the scoreboard. And Pittsfield, unfortunately, just a couple of key miscues at the end of the first half, or that's a game that they're still within shouting distance in the third and fourth quarter. So they're looking to take what they've learned in the first 5 weeks and make another step forward here tonight against the Pleasant Plains squad, who starts the night at 1-3. The game against Riverton didn't go as a win or a loss for either squad, as it was stopped in the second quarter. And so they're 1-3 on the year, but did play a quarter and a half last Saturday evening. Let's pause for a break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll have our visit with Pittsfield Saukey head coach Zach Ferguson. Glad you're with us tonight on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, visiting with Sidekick Coach Zach Ferguson. And Coach, this is one of those weeks where, hey, at least from your perspective, you're pretty thankful to be just concentrating on the football side of things, because as we see from the Pleasant Plains side, there's sometimes things that are bigger than football that kind of take your focus.
Yeah, I mean they got a big loss with their program last week, and not necessarily the kid's doing much better from what it sounds, but I know he was a big part of their team, and a good leader on their team. So I know they're going to be ready to play for him tonight.
Anytime you hear about an injury like that, it kind of makes your heart stop for a second and take notice. People will talk a lot about well, what happened, this happened, that happened. Unfortunately, when it comes to football, sometimes injuries happen, and sometimes they're fairly severe.
Yeah, I mean, you do everything you can as a coach and as a program to protect your kids, and try to give them the best equipment possible to protect them. But yes, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a contact sport, and things happen, and fortunately right now it seems like he's coming along really well. So you always worry about that as a coach. I've had my fair share of some pretty rough injuries, and with players that I've had. So I mean, I definitely that's the side of football that you definitely don't enjoy. And
I think people need to realize, as much time and effort and energy you spend with these kids, and coaches spend with kids, you really care about them. So the last thing you want to do is put them in a place where they could get hurt.
Yeah, and that's why I was having a conversation with a couple of kids the other day that don't play, and I said, and they were talking about how it seems like there's a big connection between coaches and players on the football team. And I said, well, there is, because we practice all summer with each other. We practice all fall. We're in the weight room together all winter. I mean, you build really good connections with these kids. So, yeah, the last thing you want to do is see them get hurt, and you want to do everything you can to protect them.
On the field itself tonight, you take a look at this game a year ago was the opening game of the season, a game that really you were right in for quite a bit of it. A few big plays for Plains kind of helped them secure the victory, so you're looking for a little revenge on the scoreboard side tonight.
Right, yeah, and we've talked about, they're going to come out, they're going to be really excited. It's their homecoming, and then they're going to be playing for their teammates. So we have to kind of withstand the excitement at the beginning, the adrenaline rush that they're going to have, and just play football, play fundamentally sound. And as I said, I felt every week, even though scores don't necessarily match up, I feel like we've gotten better every week, and we're kind of looking forward to kind of this to be a game where kind of things click on both offense and defense.
Last week on the offensive side, even though maybe you didn't put up 40 points or something, but I thought it seemed like the offense was able to sustain some drives. You're able to run the ball with a little more success than we'd experienced the last few weeks.
Right, and we changed up our front. We moved some guys around we thought would give us a little more better look. And, you always want to try kids at the beginning of the year, and through 3 or 4 weeks, see if they, pick it up. But we just didn't feel like we were putting our kids in the best position, so we made a change. And, yeah, we definitely moved the ball, probably the best we've moved the ball. We had 2 big plays, and 2 touchdowns, and we had multiple drives where we had 5, 6 to 10 plays on the drive. So I think we're moving in the right direction. We had a really good week of practice on the offensive side this week.
Now, the defensive side last week, again, I think people, if they just look at a score, they'll say this is a crazy statement. Your defense played well.
Right. I mean, you look, first two and a half quarters, quarter and a half, whatever you want to look at it, we gave up, 16. We had a bad last 5 minutes of the second quarter. But then the third quarter and fourth quarter, they didn't, the first group out there didn't give up a touchdown, So we talked about that this week, and, that's the number 2 ranked team in 2A right now. So they're legit, and I thought our kids defensively played, it wasn't a bunch of individual stats. It was the team defense where everyone was doing their job, and it really showed, and we look forward to seeing what they do tonight.
I know if you look back from the beginning of the season, maybe after that first game against Athens to now, and you start talking to kids about, hey, think about where you were at that point, especially a lot of your sophomores, your first-year guys. Look at where you were at that point. Look at where you are now. Right. The game is really starting to slow down.
It is, and we talk about that a lot because when you go 0-5, kids can either you may lose them as far as their willingness to put forth the effort, or they're going to continue to get better. And I felt like our kids have understood that, and watching our film and seeing how much faster we're playing, especially our sophomores, and how much more team-minded we were playing versus week 1 where that was their first varsity action, and then you end up going against the number 3 team in 1A your first week as a varsity player. That's going to be rough, and playing the teams that we played, I think the next 4 games it's going to slow down for them on the field, and you're going to see some different results.
Well, I think you're seeing some positives even off the field. I think we talked about it before. You're not seeing the list of ineligibilities. Right. You haven't had a lot of discipline issues you've had to deal with. You've got kids who are really bought into playing the game the right way.
Right. Having 66 guys, and not having very many on the ineligibility list, that's a big deal. That means they're taking care of their business in the school, and it means they want to play. And that means they want to be on the field, they want to be playing, and having, again, 3 levels playing football. That's every kid getting a chance to play is a big deal because that's what kids want to do. And I think overall the program is heading in the right direction. And I tell the kids all the time to stick with us, and you'll see it, because after last year, I understand people thought, that was going to be another jump, but there's no reason why we still can't finish 4 and 5, 3 and 6, and that is a positive year for, as many young kids as we have playing.
Well, that's putting pressure on you, but Coach Joseph's there at Moreau, when he started, I think they were 1-8, 4 and 5, 1-8, 4 and 5. So things like that kind of success don't even happen overnight.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a process. It's not a 1 year. Usually, I've always told people it's about a 3-year process to get from where you start to where you want to be, and for the results. By the time a freshman group is usually in their junior or senior year is the time it really starts to show. And I think, as I said, we are continuing to get better every week. I know people want to focus on wins and losses, which, I do too. I want to win just as much as the next guy, but you also have to look at the process. And, one thing I've learned is the teams that follow the process are the teams that are going to have longevity success, not just one season and then back to where they started.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's Head Coach Zach Ferguson. We're back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Let's take a look at the starters for both of these squads, brought to you in part by Trucks LLC. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trucks. Trucks is currently operating with mobile services at this time as they build their new building in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel needs. Call Trucks 217-922-0044 and be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. That's TRUX Trucks. For the visiting Pittsfield Sockies tonight, they'll start up front at center, a sophomore, 5'9", 240 pounds, Dax Nutter. At the right guard is Ethan Thompson, the 5'11", 165-pound senior, and Cornell McKee plays the right tackle. He's a 6', 210-pound sophomore. At the left guard, Jaron White, a 6', 225-pound sophomore. And at the left tackle, Tracer Mowen, the 6'1", 210-pound junior. At the wideouts for the Sockies, Jeremiah Jackson, a 5'11", 150-pound senior. Justin Pinnock, the 6'1", 140-pound junior. Connor Allen, the 6'2", 185-pound junior. And Elijah Leonard, the 5'9", 170-pound senior. Laney Elliott starts in the backfield at the running back position. He's a 5'10", 180-pound senior. And the Sockies quarterback is a junior, Javen Petty. He stands 5'10", 150 pounds. For the Pleasant Plains Cardinals, they'll start Brock Marshall at center, the 6', 225-pound junior. The right guard is Eli McAfee. He's a 5'6", 180-pound junior. And Patrick Fields plays the right tackle. He's a 6'1", 190-pound junior. At the left guard, Brady Kaufman, a 5'8", 190-pound sophomore. And Reese Payne starts at the left tackle. He's 6'1", 215 pounds and a senior. At the wideout spots this evening, Carter Kahn, a 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. Cooper Schallenberg, a 6', 160-pound sophomore. Also Nick Sabo, a 6'4", 170-pound senior. And Charlie Severino, he's a 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. Barnett Glisson starts at the running back spot. He's a 5'11", 165-pound senior. And the quarterback is Danny Skelton, the 5'9", 165-pound junior for the Pleasant Plains Cardinals. Starting lineups brought to you also in part by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older with no appointments necessary. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org. Elsewhere in the Sangamo Conference this evening, Riverton is on the road at Auburn, who's having a nice season. Stanford Olympia is at Maroa Forsyth. Williamsville travels to New Berlin this evening. And Athens is at Petersburg Porta. Current conference standings, both Maroa Forsyth and Williamsville are undefeated at 5-0. Athens is 4-1, followed by a 3-2 Auburn team, a 3-2 New Berlin squad, and a 3-2 Stanford Olympia team. This Pleasant Plains squad stands at 1-3. And then Riverton, Porta, and Pittsfield are all winless on the season. It is just a beautiful night for football action here at Pleasant Plains. On homecoming for the Cardinals, a big crowd on this home side, a scattering of Saukey fans on the opposite side of the field. And if you're going to make it out here tonight, we're certainly glad you've chosen to spend your time with us on Central Illinois Sports. Again, Justin Noble's alongside, pinch hitting for John Hull, who had to work his day job today. And we always hate to miss out on John being with us, but glad to have Justin alongside. Also glad to have Jacob here tonight running the camera, so you can be watching along.
Remember, sportsmanship
as well.
is an essential part of any
Sorry, we got caught in a moment of silence there for a second.
Coaches, officials, and fans. As a fan and spectator,
and they're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment. We're going to step aside for a timeout. We're about 10 minutes away from the kickoff of tonight's contest between Pleasant Plains and Pittsfield. Back after this on Central Illinois Sports.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say, Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Hi, I'm Gage Weir, and I'm running for Pike County Treasurer. Just like our Saukeys and Wolves football under the Friday Night Lights, it's time to get our head in the game this November. As your treasurer, I will ensure to hit high marks of success, and I will not pass an opportunity to help keep Pike County affordable for all of us who call it home. As a lifelong resident of Pike County, I know the importance of dedicated and faithful elected officials who work tirelessly for Pike County. That is why we must break through the line of inefficiency and ensure transparency between government and the people it serves. Let's tackle Pike County's fiscal responsibility together. Don't fumble your vote. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this upcoming November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Back with you on Central Illinois Sports from Pleasant Plains. A cool, crisp evening here for high school football action, and cool to see the jersey of young Mr. Wiesenmeyer hanging on the sideline. So he's here in spirit with his teammates tonight. And of course, again, we pass along our thoughts and prayers and good vibes toward his family as he continues in his recovery. They said they got some positive news yesterday, but looking to keep those kind of good vibes rolling. So we're definitely thinking of young Mr. Wiesenmeyer at this time. On the field itself, this Pleasant Plains squad won 2 games last year, but one was against Pittsfield in the opening game of the season, and their quarterback and Danny Skelton was a menace against the Saukeys last year. Then he would go on and actually suffer an injury a couple of weeks after that and didn't play very much of the season last year. So good to see him back out there and healthy. But he was one of those guys that once he got outside, man, he had that extra gear and could get away. Pittsfield will have to do a better job to contain him here this evening. I thought Pittsfield offensively last week was a little more balanced than what they had been. Still having some trouble running the ball, still making some adjustments on the offensive line side to get those blocking schemes down. But definitely controlling the clock will be one of the things that Zach Ferguson's squad will want to try to do here tonight if they hope to escape with their first victory of the season. The Pleasant Plains Marching Band finishing up their school song. They have the Madrigals singing the national anthem here tonight. Justin Noble, little known fact, was part of the Saki Madrigals when he was in high school. Sang the tenor role there and did so very well. In fact, if you stick around late enough, you might get to hear some of those sweet tunes once again. Pittsfield on the defensive side last week we talked about really did a nice job of making Moreau Forsyth drive the ball down the field. Still have to contain big plays. And Pittsfield also has to stay away from these situations at the end of the first half where they just 2 weeks in a row against Moreau Forsyth, against New Berlin, just have not managed things very well and have let some games that they were right in at the halftime kind of get pulled apart. They're right at the end of the first half, so going to have to be a little more secure with the ball in those situations and just play a little bit smarter to be able to control some clock on their side. Let's pause for a break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank is here to serve all of your banking needs. Learn more about all of their services by visiting greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful and historic city that is Pittsfield, Illinois, a community that feels like home.
Home to over 4,000 residents, a progressive and growing community serves as an amazing place to live, learn, work, and play. With civic, charitable, family, and recreational activities available, you'll never be bored here. Attend an event or festival. Play some disc golf on our new championship course. Spend the day fishing, or even catch a Civil War reenactment. As a community driven by success, Pittsfield provides numerous incentives to assist citizens and local businesses. Our goal in Pittsfield is to truly advance and prosper. Staying healthy is made easy here, with access to doctors, dentists, and other medical specialists throughout the community. People come to Pittsfield for a variety of reasons: stately historical homes, an abundance of natural resources, hunting, scenic areas along the Illinois and Mississippi rivers, festivals, recreational opportunities, and much more. People stay in Pittsfield simply because life here is great. Picture yourself in Pittsfield today.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
This is Alexis, nurse practitioner.
This is Dr. John Olson. He is the best neurosurgeon.
Well, I paid her to say that.
However.
Many of the patients that Alexis sees, we talk about that day, and we're able to collaborate real time on the patients.
Having another provider that's not a surgeon work with the surgeon, I think you get the best of both worlds. If you have any neck or back pain, come see us in the Spine Center.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
Welcome back to the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Just about ready for kickoff here this evening. Pittsfield won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so Plains will start tonight on the receiving side of things. Pittsfield will defend the south end zone. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Bowlers Universe. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight. Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items from burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Try one of their many craft beers as well. Come out and enjoy the fun at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield, of course, where you'll find Queen of Hearts night with Saki Nation each Wednesday from 6:30 until 8 o'clock. Come out and enjoy the buy one, get one wings special that night from Bowlers Universe and support Saki Nation with the Queen of Hearts drawing each week. The pot up to just over $3,000. Still a good opportunity for you to win some money as well. It is loud here at Pleasant Plains, especially in the press box with the PA announcer just to our left. Pittsfield will be in the white uniforms, red numbers, gray pants. Plains in the all-blue unis tonight. Blue tops, blue pants, white numbers, and red trim here this evening. Kickoff is brought to you this evening by the Pike County Express, your local family-owned newspaper serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you. Tucker Cook, the sophomore kicker for the Sockies, has it teed up at the 40-yard line, ready to roll here for week 6 of the 2022 high school football season. Back deep, Tyler Kahn, along with
Peyton Handy.
Returning for
what's
the
that?
Cardinals.
Number 2.
Oh, Peyton Handy.
Handy and Kahn.
Might come in handy later. You never know. Here's Cook with a kick. It's toward Hansy's side of the field. He backtracks, catches the ball at about his own 10-yard line. Across the 15, now 20. Turned back in by Leonard. Escapes for a moment and then is stuck right at the end by the Sockies. And he's taken out at the 21-yard line. And that's where Pleasant Plains will start first and 10 at their own 21. 11 minutes, 54 seconds to play in the game's opening quarters. Here comes quarterback Danny Skelton and company to the field. Skelton, as we told you, is a young man who's got some good quickness, and the Sockies will have to do their best to contain him here tonight.
First and 10.
Trip set to the left-hand side, 2 receivers to the right as Skelton is by himself in the backfield. Just underway on the opening drive of tonight's contest on Central Illinois Sports. Skelton takes the pass, going to try the design quarterback run, gets outside this side, makes a man miss on the cutback, and is then slung around, taken down up near the 25-yard line. A gain of 4 yards on the play by Skelton. This will bring up a 2nd down and 6. McKeon on the stop for the Sockies, along with Braxton Forshee, the sophomore. Gain of 4 on the first play of the game. 2nd down and 6 yards to go for Pleasant Plains. Strips right this time. 2 receivers to the left. Skelton again in the naked backfield. Calls the line set. He's back to pass, has some time in the pocket, now is flushed out a bit. He is having guys drive at his ankles, now tries to escape, still on his feet as he breaks about 3 tackles. Still on his feet, up all the way near the 45-yard line, and that'll be a pickup of 20 yards on the play. A 20-yard pickup, and the first and 10 for Pleasant Plains. Skelton proves to be elusive once again, just like we remember him a year ago, and picks up 20 on a play that really should have been stopped for about 2 yards. 11:08 to play in the first. Clock stops as he went out of bounds. First and 10, just shy of midfield at the Pleasant Plains 45-yard line. Trips right. Now a pair of backs in the backfield along with Skelton. He takes the snap, going to pitch it outside of the right side to Glisson. Glisson looking for the corner, and now bounces it back outside up near the 50-yard line where he's taken down, right at the 50. A gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 yards to go for Pleasant Plains right at midfield. So a drive that's having some success on the ground here for Pleasant Plains. And they're quickly up to the line of scrimmage now. 2nd and 5 from the 50 on a Trips left set this time. Skelton again on the gun. Glisson stands to his left. Takes the snap. Will fake the hand up. Now passes it off on the left side to Carter Duraco. Duraco is taken down near the 44-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards on the play. And has another first down. So Duraco with the reception there. And a first and 10 on the 6-yard pass from Skelton. A first down for Pleasant Plains is their 3rd of the game. 2 on the ground, 1 through the air now. And they're in Socky territory for the first time tonight. Clock counting down, 10:16 to play in the first. Skelton in the gun, 2 receivers left. Puts a man in motion and Glisson. Skelton on the design quarterback run. Lets it all get bottled up inside. Now he runs hard, taken down near the 34-yard line, near the first down marker, and he'll be about a yard short, so give him a gain of 9 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and a 1. Pittsfield not showing much resistance to Skelton on that quarterback run. 2nd and a yard to go from the 35-yard line. Pleasant Plains marching down the field on Pittsfield on this opening drive. 2 receivers split wide to the right. The tight end lined up on the left side here. Skelton in the gun. Puts a man in motion from the right to the left. Fakes to the motion man. Hands it off to the back. That's Glisson. He'll be taken down here by a good play by Owen Shaw. Shaw in on the stop. No gain, no loss on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 1. The sophomore Shaw was coming on a stunt that time, and the Sockies stunted to the right hole, and Owen made the good tackle. 3rd and a yard here with 9 minutes, 13 seconds of the clock ticking down to the first. No score in the early going on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks, TRUX, Trucks. serving you for all of your diesel repair needs. A receiver splits out wide to the right-hand side, and Cooper Schallenberg. A single man to the left as Skelton in the gun. Calls the line set, barks out the cadence. He is going to try the run once again. Finds a hole on the left side, bounces it outside, has the first down. Good blocking out in front, and is taken out of bounds near the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. A pick of a 12 on the play, and a first and 10. He just takes the snap and then kind of waits to see what hole develops and hits it very quickly. Does Skelton. It's a first and 10 from the 23, just under 9 minutes to play in the first, 8:49 to be exact, as again the clock stops as the man went out of bounds. Trips right, a man coming out the field late is Glisson. I think they might have broke the huddle with too many men. Skelton is back. Now he pitches it out on the right-hand side. Charlie Severino is the ball carrier. He's got a nice gain inside the 20, down near the 17-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. This will bring up a second down and 4 as Severino gets his first carry of the night.
Ball spotted at the 16-yard line.
Second down and
4. Down and 3 for the Cardinals.
Long 3, short 4. 8:25 to play in the first. Every play, except for the one that Shaw had the stop on, has been a positive yardage situation for Pleasant Plains. And not just a couple of yards at a time. They are marching toward the end zone here. 2 receivers left, a single man right. Skelton in the backfield. Might see another quarterback run here. He's going to try to get the corner on the left side. He is turned back in, but stays on his feet. Penalty flag flies. Could be a hold, could be a face mask in the area that they're at down there. He's taken down near the 13-yard line. A little slow to get up is Skelton.
For Pittsfield.
Lane Elliott in on the stop, and let's see what the penalty flag is about here. Referee tells us it's a hold against the Cardinals. Penalty flag flew at about the 15-yard line, so they'll make it easy, move it back to the 25. And it'll be second down and 12. I believe is what we'll be looking at here. And it is second down, 12 yards to go from the 25-yard line. 7:58 to play in the first penalty of the contest. Against either squad. Lane Elliott laid a big lick on Skelton, the quarterback, that time. That is the one thing about running the quarterback, as much as you see, the Athens of the world do, the Carrolltons of the world, is, those guys will take a beating every once in a while. Trips right. Skelton in the shotgun, single receiver to his left. Puts the running back Glisson in motion to the left. Lets him get set. He's back to pass, looking his way the entire time. Then throws it up to Schallenberg, the big tall receiver. Schallenberg inside the 15 near the 16-yard line. A gain of, let's see, where are they setting the ball? Just
third and a long 4.
The 17-yard line, a gain of 8 on the play, and 3rd and 4. So Schallenberg with his first catch of the night. Remember Schallenberg from the baseball side of things. He's a good player, just a sophomore. He and Severino both, some elite talent on the baseball side. Here's Skelton, back to pass, looking right, has a man, and he's got it. Trying to fight through the defenders near the 9-yard line. Caught there by Schallenberg once again. Taken down to the 9, a gain of 8 on the play. And this will bring up a first and goal from the 9-yard line. So Pleasant Plains with a first and goal from the 9.
Ball on the 9-yard line.
5th first down of the contest, 7 minutes of counting in this opening quarter. Cardinals on the move at the Saki 9. Schallenberg is the man to the right. Split out wide left is Tyler Kahn. Skelton in the gun. He'll hand it off to Glisson. Glisson met with some resistance. Now he tries to break it outside. Looking for the pylon. He is in for the score. It is a 9-yard touchdown run by Barnett Glisson, the senior. And an early 6-0 lead for Pleasant Plains on the Trucks scoreboard. Coming out to the extra point kick will be Danny Carney. We've seen him for a couple of years now. He does a really nice job on the kicking side of things for this Pleasant Plains squad. And he'll try for the extra point attempt here to try to make it 7-0. 6:41 to play in the opening quarter. The snap is a little high, but the hold down. The kick is up. The kick is partially blocked by Leonard, it looks like, but it does get through. 7-0 Pleasant Plains. 6:41 to play in the first on Central Illinois Sports.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your Nutrient Crop Consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
7-0 Pleasant Plains, 6:41 to play in the first. Here's the kickoff by Kearney. Coming up here. And they'll try a little pooched onside kick attempt. The Sockies will see it caught and taken out of bounds. And about the 41-yard line is where Pittsfield will start with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Pittsfield will start with the ball at about the 41-yard line.
So 41-yard line, good field position for the Socky offense with 6:39 to play in the first.
Out for the first time. Let him hear you, fans.
Pleasant Plains drove the ball right down the field on the Sockies. Pittsfield needs a sustained drive by their offense now. 6:39 to play in the first. Petty comes out with a single receiver wide to the right. Looks like a single man to the left as well. They're getting the chain set. Running back Elliott in the backfield. Peterbo also into the tight end spot. Now they assess a penalty. The ball must have gone out of bounds. All right, so they're actually going to put the ball up at the 46-yard line. So they're going to say Pittsfield didn't touch the ball. So, usually when it's kicked out of bounds, you get it to the 35, but beyond the 35, it's a 5-yard penalty. And we're ready to roll. Petty in the gun. He gets a good snap, hands it off on the right side. Elliott cuts back middle of the field. Still on his feet. Penalty flag flies in. And is taken down near the Pleasant Plains 44-yard line. But let's see what the penalty flag is here. It could be a hold, could be a face mask, kind of like we had earlier on the Plains side of things. Good run by Elliott to the 44, but will it stand? 6:31 to play in the first. The referee tells us it is going to be a hold against the Sockies. So that'll be at the 44-yard line is where the penalty occurs. So that'll move it back to the 46. And basically going to be not too far off from where they started there. Call it a 1st and 11 here from the 45-yard line.
Still first down.
So first and it's a 1-yard penalty, really. I mean, not the shortest holding penalty you're ever going to have, Justin.
There it is.
6:31 to play in the first. First and closer to 12, really. 2 receivers either side. Petty back to pass. Looking left the whole time. He connects with his receiver out there. A short gain on the play.
Pinnock.
Looked to be Pinnock on the catch up near the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 3 on the play. This will bring up a 2nd down and 8.
2nd down and 9.
So Justin Pinnock with his first catch of the night. Just over 6 minutes to play in the game's opening quarter. Pleasant Plains on top by a 7-0 score on the truck scoreboard. On the 2nd and we'll call it 9 here. 2 receivers wide to either side. They put a man in motion left to right and more. They will hand the ball off to Elliott. Man, there's just nothing there.
Stopped big by that line.
At in the backfield, in fact. Going to lose 2 yards on the play. Back to the 46, and this will bring up a 3rd down and 11.
3rd down and long.
So 3rd and 11 for the Sockies now.
Ball at the 48-yard line.
5:30 and counting into the first. And in jeopardy of going 3 and out here. Trailing 7-0. 5:20 to play in the first.
Let him hear you.
Clock ticking down. Trips right. Petty is back to pass. Looking down the middle of the field, looking for Allen. He dives, unable to bring it in. Their feet kind of got tripped up. Allen asking if there's a penalty flag. The official says no. An incomplete pass. And this will bring up a 4th down and 11.
It'll be 4th
and a punting situation here for the Sockies.
Ball still at the 46-yard line.
So 4th down, 11 yards to go. Tucker Cook will punt from near his own 34-yard line. The long snapper is Shaw, I do believe. And Skelton is back to receive the punt. Good snap. Cook puts his boot into this one, a spiral kick headed toward the sideline, takes a bounce and goes out of bounds. I'm going to say near the 24, 25, call it the 20. Where are they going to walk him up to? 24-yard line, and that's where Pleasant Plains will have it. 1st and 10 at their own 24 with 4:57 to play in the first quarter. So Pittsfield's offense unable to pick up first down. And Pleasant Plains' squad right back out there where they had a lot of success on their first drive of the night. 1st and 10. Fans getting fired up here at Pleasant Plains. A lot of energy on this side of the field to start the night. Skelton in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion out toward the left. Lets him get set out there at the receiver spot. So they're wide to either side. He's looking deep downfield, looking for Kahn, and it's incomplete. Just overthrown a bit here. Incomplete pass will stop the clock and bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Gets a little air underneath that ball. That'd be 6.
He was definitely behind the defense. Was Kahn. 4:52 to play in the first. Clock stopped with the incompletion. Kahn is the man split out wide to the left-hand side now for the Cardinals. Single man to the right. Now they run a man on late in Glisson. He'll line up at the running back spot. Carney puts Glisson in motion out toward the left. He's back to pass. No, went around a design draw play. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet up near the 32-yard line. Pick up 8 on the play. And brings up a 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and 2 after another good run by Skelton. He's carried the ball now 5 times for 53 yards. It's a pretty good average. 4:29 and counting to the first on a 3rd down and a short 2. Long 1 here. Two receivers left. Man split to the right-hand side is Cooper Schallenberg. Skelton, the quarterback, takes the snap. Going to just sprint out to the left. Has good blocking out there. Now the Sakis spread it out. And
nice tackle.
Jeremiah Jackson going to take him down near the line of scrimmage.
Good time by the Sakis to get past
and it'll be 4th down here, I believe.
That's Jackson.
As the Cardinals will bring the punt team on the field. No gain, no loss. Surprised not to see him go for it here, Justin?
Very surprised.
I mean, Skelton really, other than that run, has not been stopped for less than 5 or 6 yards.
Nope.
He is back as the punter as well. Pittsfield will send a man back late in McKee. Let's see if this is actually a punt. 3:33 and counting in the first. It is snapped as Skelton. He will put his boot into this one. A high kick headed toward the sideline. McKee takes a peek at it, and it goes out of bounds. I'm going to guess right at the 35 is what it looked like to me. And that's where Pittsfield will have it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. So the Pittsfield defense gets a stop. 3:21 to play in the first. Pleasant Plains on top, 7-0 on the Truck scoreboard. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line for this Saki offense. Say it's been a struggle on the offensive side of the ball this year for the Sakis is an understatement. They have just not been able to sustain much offensively at any time this year.
Petty brings Pittsfield.
1st and 10. Petty in the gun, 2 receivers wide to either side. Elliott is the single back in the backfield. Javen Petty, the junior quarterback, is back to pass. Looking right, looking for the sideline. Throws it high, but Allen goes up to catch
nice
it.
Catch.
Makes a catch near the 41-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards on the play. And this will bring up a 2nd down and 4. A ball that time that only the receiver had a shot at, and Allen went up and made a good catch. Brings up a 2nd and 4. 3:16 to play in the first. Ball resting near the 41.
At the 42-yard line. Check that, 41.
Allen and Leonard split wide right. Moore and Jackson out to the left-hand side for Pittsfield. Petty will hand it off to Elliott, looking for running room on the left side, and just nothing there. Taken down right at the 41. Gain of nothing on the play, and this brings up a 3rd down and 4. Saki is just not getting any kind of run blocking to speak of. And when you are one-dimensional, it makes it pretty easy to play on the defensive side. And puts a lot of pressure on your quarterback to make a good throw every time. 2:49 to play in the first, clock counting down. Petty in the gun, 2 wide to either side. He takes the snap from Nutter. Back to pass, looking for the quick hitter on the left side, and Ian Moore not on the same page that time. Moore, I'm not even sure knew that the ball was coming his direction. as he just never even really attempted to catch, and this brings up a 4th and 4 and another quick 3-and-out. Just anemic on the offensive side. 2:38 to play in the first. The bright spots for the Sockies this year is on the punting game. It's not necessarily something you want to say. Cook stands at about his own 29-yard line. Oh, gets a high snap, comes down with it, gets it away in a hurry. It'll be a bounce and take a really nice bounce. I'm telling you, Cook has done a really good job of this all year long with all kinds of pressure coming at him. Has been able to get it off, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line for Pleasant Plains with 2:28 to play in the first quarter. And Justin, that's what you're looking to do there. You're just trying to really flip the field, and special teams huge on these types of plays.
Hey, he got that off quick. That was good. He saw the pressure coming, got it off, got a good bounce. I thought the receiver had a good chance to come up, fair catch that. Saved him about 20 yards.
Isn't it amazing how many guys, and it's across the board, just a lot of guys don't catch punts in the air. A lot of people are kind of almost afraid for that fair catch. Kind of interesting. 1st and 10 here. Quarterback Skelton is back to pass. Has a man wide open in the middle of the field. The pass is caught. Dureco up near the 31-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards on the first play from scrimmage, and it brings up a 1st and 10.
McAllister over to make the stop.
So a 1st and 10 from the 31 now for Pleasant Plains, and I've been impressed by this offensive unit. They're a versatile group.
1st and 10.
Just over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Trips right now. Skelton and the running back, Glisson, having a discussion back there. Skelton says, move to the right. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Now he's going to throw it on the little
again.
Pass to Dureco on the right side. He's got another 1st down. As he's up across the 40 to the 42, an 11-yard pickup on the play, and another 1st and 10. So moving right down the field is this Pleasant Plains team after they were stopped on a 3-and-out the last time. And have quickly made up for that yardage that Cook helped the Sockies gain on the punt. Started at their own 13 all the way out to the 42-yard line now. 1st and 10, 150 and counting in the game's opening quarter. The blue-clad Cardinals to the line. 2 men are split to the right. Skelton, the quarterback, stands about 6 yards deep. Puts Glisson in motion out here to the near side. He spins at the line of scrimmage. Does Skelton, still on his feet. Proves to be elusive, and he's gone. Look at him go. I mean, he broke 6 or 7 tackles near the line of scrimmage. Pittsfield's tackling just atrocious there. And a 58-yard run. And a touchdown for Pleasant Plains with 1:23 to play in the first. 13-0 Cardinals as Skelton breaks away for a 58-yard run. 1 minute, 23 seconds to play in the opening quarter, and we saw him do that last year several times. So Skelton scoots right down the field, and he is elusive, but Pittsfield's tackling is not very good here this evening, which was a strong point last week. Here's Carney on the extra point attempt. He has it high enough, and it's good. Extra point makes it 14-0 Plains. 1:23 to play in the quarter on Central Illinois Sports.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Pleasant Plains kicks off here. Another high kick, not extremely deep. Sockies will have a man come up and catch it on the run. Still on his feet on the far side. That's Lane Foster. That's Moore. Moore with the return up near the 49-yard line, and that's where Pittsfield will start 1st and 10 at the Pleasant Plains 49-yard line with 1:18 to play in the first. So good field position for the Socky offense that has to get something going on this drive. 14-0 Pleasant Plains on the Truck scoreboard. First and 10 for Pittsfield from the Plains 49-yard line. Their best starting field position of the night, this third drive. Two receivers wide to the right, 2 men to the left. Petty is back to pass, looking left, looking downfield. Has Jackson behind the defense, had to come back and get it. Picks up a nice gain all the way down to the 21-yard line on the play. A pickup of 28 yards to Jeremiah Jackson, and that'll be a first down for the Sockey's. First and 10. 28 yards on the reception.
23-yard line.
Down near the 23. We'll call it here, first and 10. Petty on the gun. 2 men to the left. Leonard is the man to the right-hand side. He'll turn and hand it off to Elliott. There's just nothing on the running side. I mean, they cannot run the ball between the tackles. Can the Sockey's. A loss of a yard on the play. And it'll bring up a second down and 11. Second down, 11 yards to go.
For the Sockey's, ball at
35 seconds and counting in this first quarter.
23-yard line.
And maybe one more play. Barring an incompletion, Pittsfield will bring in the I formation now as Elliott lines up in the fullback's position. They will send Petty back to pass, looking to his right, looking in the flats to Allen. Allen has the catch. He is fighting for yardage, taken down inside the 20. Wrestles with the man.
Petty with the reception.
And is taken down near the 16-yard line. A gain of 10 yards on the play. And this will bring up a third and short here. And that'll be the final play of the quarter. After one quarter, it is Pleasant Plains leading Pittsfield. And a penalty flag. And so it was a false start, they tell us. So that play is for naught. We'll sort it out when we come back. Start the second quarter, 14-0 Plains on top.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield. Welcome to Westtown Ford, serving Central and West Central Illinois. When you're shopping for a new vehicle, we believe you need a comfortable ambiance, dynamic selection of vehicles, competitive options for financing, and high-quality service to feel confident and stress-free throughout the car buying process. At Westtown Ford, you will find just that, a great selection of Ford models and a team that will make the process as smooth as possible. Westtown Ford Lincoln in Jacksonville, just 30 minutes away from high prices.
Well, if you weren't confused, you will be now. It was a false start. Would have blown the play dead right away, but it wasn't blown dead right away. So it's a second down and 15 yards to go now for the Sockey's from the 28-yard line. With 10 seconds left in the quarter now. That's what they're calling it. And now we have another penalty flag. Nope, we've got a timeout by Pittsfield. Oh, it is second down and more like 16 yards to go here, really. Pittsfield had what was basically a timeout right before this because both teams thought the quarter was over. It was not due to the penalty. And so there's still 10 seconds on the clock, and now the Sockey's have to burn a timeout. And just some of these end-of-quarter situations have continuously this season come to bite the Sockey's in the backside, and unfortunately we're seeing that trend going here again tonight so far. 14-0 Plains on top. Second down, 16 yards to go from the Pleasant Plains 28-yard line. A drive that started at the Plains 49. Big play on the drive to Jeremiah Jackson on a catch from Petty. Ball's a little underthrown, but Jackson does a nice job to come back and get it. Two receivers right, two to the left-hand side. Petty stands 6 yards deep. Puts Pinnock in motion, fakes to him. Now going to pitch it in the backfield to McKee. Gain of 2 on the play to the 26-yard line, and that will be the official end of the first quarter. After a 1, it's Pleasant Plains 14, Pittsfield nothing as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Timely application of crop nutrients based on soil test results and the individual yield goals is the focus of the agronomy team at Logan Agri-Service, Inc. Logan Ag delivers anhydrous ammonia, dry fertilizer, UAN, liquid starter, and our lineup of Logan Agri-Yield micronutrients direct from us to your field. Striving to get the right fertilizer products at the right place in the right field at the right time, that's Logan Agri-Service. For fertilizer and application services, call 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Ready to start the second quarter. 14-0 Pleasant Plains on top on a 3rd and 14 to start this second quarter of play. Four down territory up here at Pittsfield, so we'll have to try to pick it all up in one chunk here. You want to get some good positive yardage. 3rd and 14. Petty on the shotgun. He's feeling some pressure. Throws out to the right. It is nearly picked off. Ball was underthrown.
By the defense,
looking for McKee out there. Incomplete pass stops the clock, and it's 4th and 14. So 4th and 14. Drive that started at their opponent's 49-yard line. Right now is stalling out near the 26. Two receivers right, two to the left-hand side as Petty's in the gun. Pleasant Plains fans making some noise. Petty, back to pass. Has time this time, looks downfield, penalty flag flies, looking deep downfield, has Allen, has it inside the 5, near the 3-yard line. Allen then slow to get up, but penalty flag's back here in the area of a hold, and so this one will come back. Allen made a nice catch on the ball down there. Near the 2-yard line, would have been a 24-yard gain, but a hold on the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's talking to our coach.
And let's see what the referee tells us. Holding against the Sockers. So a 10-yard penalty from the, I think that's the 26-yard line. Going to move it back to the 36 and bring up a 4th and about 24 if I figure that right in my head. 11:47 to play in the half. 4th and 24 from the 36-yard line.
4th down for the Sockies fans. Get loud, stay loud.
Petty with 2 men to his right, 2 to the left-hand side once again. He takes the snap, back to pass, has some pressure, steps up, throws downfield, looking deep, has Allen behind the defense. He catches it, and he is in. The ball pops loose at the last moment. They're going to say he is
touchback.
He's going to fumble the ball out of the end zone. He's going to fumble the ball before he crosses the plane, and it's going to be a touchback.
He caught the ball.
Allen caught it all the way down near the goal line. They're going to say the ball was popped out of his hands and out of the end zone, which is a touchback. Pittsfield can't win for losing.
For the Cardinals.
So a 35-yard reception by Allen, and then he fumbled it. So a 35-yard pickup, and then they fumble it, and it'll be Pleasant Plains ball 1st and 10 from the 20 with 11:37 to play in the quarter. It was a well-thrown ball. It was a good play by young Mr. Allen on a 4th and 24. The Sockies picked up the yardage they needed, but the ball came out at the end. I'm not sure if Allen reached out to try to catch, the goal line or what it was, but it popped up in the air and then flew out the side of the end zone for a touchback, as he had not yet broken the plane. And it's 1st and 10 Pleasant Plains from their own 20. 11:37 to play in the half on a game they already lead. 14-0 on the Trucks scoreboard.
1st and 10. 11:37 in the half.
Skelton in the shotgun, trips right. Now moves the running back Glisson to his left. Skelton is back to pass. Has some time. Now he stepped up and nobody's spying him there. He's going to run for another big gain. Actually, the only reason he slowed down there is because he ran into his own man at the 40. A gain of 20 on the play and a 1st and 10.
Big chunks of yards.
With a quarterback like Skelton, you have to have somebody who you think can match his speed spying him. He's already got 123 yards rushing on 8 carries at the quarterback spot.
It's like a repeat of last year. He had a lot of big plays last year, and it's just...
Now he's the man here on the sideline, isn't he? No, he's not. That's Severino, who's a little banged up on that play. 2 receivers right, single man to the left. Skelton again in the gun. Takes the snap. Going to try the quick hitter to Kahn on the right side. Kahn's got the
Good
catch,
hit.
but then he's hit and taken down by Eli Leonard. Nice play by Leonard this time. Near the 37-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. He had to bring up a second down and 13. Good play by Elijah Leonard, the senior.
Second down and 12.
Second down, 13 yards to go for Pleasant Plains. 10:37 and counting. In this first half, tonight's game brought to you in part by Real Net and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see old Smilin' Rick Reel and Tracy, or call 217-285-5013. Smilin' Rick. Trips left now as they put Glisson out there. A little pressure in the backfield. This time, Forsey has a hold of the quarterback Skelton, and he wrestles him to the ground. He and a White back there, a pair of sophomores, to the 35-yard line, a loss of 2. And this brings up a 3rd and 15. The big boys that time putting a little pressure on them.
Good penetration on the line there.
Braxton Forsey, I was talking to him at the freshman game last night. He said, yep, on the deal, they list me at, I think, 5'10", 230. He goes, I think I'm more like 5'8", 280 at this point. He's a big kid. 9:44 and counting in the half. And he made a nice play right there. 3rd and 15. 9 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock as the Cardinals come to the line. 6 seconds on the play clock, trips right. A single man to the left. Skelton in the gun. Takes the snap, and first timeout going to be called by the Pleasant Plains sideline as the play clock was winding down. 9:26 to play in the half. 14-0. Plains on top. Back after this.
Catch all the action at Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point. Central football games every Friday on the big screen. 7 TVs to catch every NFL game all season long. Come enjoy a nice afternoon on the patio or listen to some live music on the weekends. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Rain City Addiction on the patio on September 3rd at 7 o'clock. Bags Tournament September 11th at 2 o'clock. Our Oktoberfest celebration will be September 17th with the Robert Sampson Band at 7 o'clock. Car show same day from 12 to 3. Get to Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
9:26 to play in the half. 14-0 is the Pleasant Plains lead on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Cardinals still have the timeout. They're having a good night offensively so far. 8 first downs, pretty balanced too. 4 on the running side, 4 on the passing side of things. Here they are facing a 3rd down and 15. I liked what Coach Hamilton did there. He called the timeout, knowing the play clock was about expired. Didn't want his team to rush through it. He knows this is a big play right here on a 3rd and 15. Skelton of the shotgun, 2 wide to either side. The running back Glisson stands to his left. Back to pass. Skelton lobs it across the middle. Has his man. And actually, that's Skelton on the catch. The man that threw it was Heininger. Heininger actually threw that one, and Skelton was the receiver. Down to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 35 yards and a 1st and 10. A little trickery out of the playbook. So Heininger had the pass and Skelton had the reception, and Skelton's going to lead the team in all kinds of categories here tonight if he's not careful. 1st and 10 from the Pittsfield 30-yard line. Here go the Cardinals once again on the offensive side. 9 minutes to play in the half. Skelton is in the shotgun. No. Hand it off now. Skelton was out for a moment. They had Coninger in at quarterback. Skelton's going to get a break. Glisson is the ball carrier. He'll take it out of the 27-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 7 here.
Picks up a couple yards.
So the backup quarterback in Coninger is a senior, 5'10", 160 pounds. Some of the fans telling us that the fumble by Allen on further review might not have been a fumble. Thought it should have been a touchdown. Back to pass is Skelton now. Oh, my goodness. I have never seen that. Mowen went to tackle Skelton and had a face mask and actually ripped the helmet off of his head. Skelton's head jerked around there. And we've seen a lot of face masks. I've never seen one that has happened like that. You've seen helmets come off in guys' hands, but this is going to be the 15-yard variety on a personal foul, so that'll be set up a first down here for Pleasant Plains, and a scary-looking play there.
Personal foul against number 73, Mowen.
First and 10, as Mowen called for the face mask here. He reached out there as Skelton kind of moved by him, and all he caught was the face mask, and it was going to be a penalty right away, and then that helmet came flying off too. So they will march it all the way down, I think, to about the 16-yard line is where this ball should sit. They'll mark it to the 18-yard line.
Cardinals first down.
And it's first and 10 from the 18 on a first down via the penalty that time. Their ninth first down of the night for Pleasant Plains. First and 10 from the Pittsfield 18. 8:09 to play in the half. Oh, the referee's got his hands in the air. He's trying to get the crowd pumped up or reset the play clock, one or the other. I thought he was excited. He had the two hands. That's the 40-second signal. Justin knows that. He's the play clock guy. Here's Coninger. He draws the Sockies offside, so instead of a first and 10, it'll be a first and 5 from the 13-yard line.
Gives him a free 5.
First and 5 now. The penalty yards for the Sockies. 36 yards on 5 penalties now. And a couple in a row. And just not very disciplined tonight.
Ball at the 14-yard line.
8:07 to play in the half. Just think about this Sangamo Conference, man. You start thinking wow, we're going to get to some easier games now. There's no such thing.
You're still in there for quarterback.
Skelton is not on the field at the moment, so you don't have to worry about him for half a second here. Coninger takes the snap. He's going to run it himself to the left side. He'll be taken down by Shaw. Has it near the 12-yard line, a gain of 2 on the play. This brings up a second down, and they're going to only give him a gain of 1. Second and 4.
The second and 4 for the Cardinals.
Near the 12-yard line. So Pleasant Plains started this drive at their own 20-yard line. The 11:37 mark, and they're all the way down to the Pittsfield 12 with 7:11 and counting in the second quarter. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Skelton's back at the quarterback. He puts Kahn in motion. Low snap. Skelton's going to keep it himself, and that low snap just kind of threw out the timing of that whole play. He's taken down near the 14-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
Gets back there.
It's one of those situations where if you don't pick up the first down here, you might see Carney coming out for a field goal. He's got a good leg.
6 for the Cardinals.
The Cardinals, of course, would like to pick up the first down mark on this play.
Skelton's back in, looks like.
So now they've got he and Coninger on the field at the same time. Some dual threat action out there. 14-0 Pleasant Plains, 6:27 to play in the half. Play clock down to 10 as the Cardinals come to the line. Trips right. Skelton is the quarterback this time. Takes the snap. He will run the option to Coninger on the right side. Has a big hole out there. Cuts back. Has the first down as he's taken down inside the 10. Near the 7-yard line. A pick up of 7 yards and a first and goal now for Pleasant Plains.
Blocking by Baracco and Schallenberg.
So a first and goal from the 7 with 6:10 to play in the half. Trying to make it a 3-score lead is Pleasant Plains.
First and goal for the Cardinals. Ball on the 7-yard line.
3 receivers to the left. Skelton is in at quarterback. Coninger is lined up to his left. Around the option this time to the left-hand side. Coninger looking for pay dirt. Cuts back to the middle. The man kind of just didn't really tackle him. He kind of caught him that time near the 3-yard line. A gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up a second down.
Second down and goal.
And goal from the
4-yard line.
4 here. After the 3-yard scamper.
Hey, that's a good job by Jeremiah Jackson out there turning that play back into linebackers. That's what his job is.
You're not always going to make the tackle out there from that cornerback spot, but you just don't let anybody outside of you. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the half. Got a man split out wide to this side, don't they? Skelton going to run it to the near side, and a little pitch inside.
Ooh.
Has this man in
big pitch to Coninger, goes to Duraco up the middle.
He is taken down near the line of scrimmage. No gain, no loss. And it'll be a third and goal.
About the line of scrimmage.
Just inside the 5.
Brings up third down for the Cardinals.
So another third down here where Pleasant Plains has been pretty good tonight at converting. 4:50 to play in the second quarter. Play coming from the sideline here. They're shouting out some instructions as Luke Oswald brings it in, the 6', 170-pound senior. Good numbers for this Pleasant Plains squad this year. Looks to be about 45 to 50 players strong at the varsity level. Had 15 freshmen last night. Quarterback Skelton takes the snap. He's rolling to his right. Now he sees a little seam, going to try to run it. He's met there by Shaw. Shaw takes him down near the 5. Owen Shaw having a good night for the Sock. He's going to tackle him back near the 6-yard line. A loss of 3. And this brings up a 4th and goal from the 7. Now a penalty flag flies late. What in the world do we have here? It is an unsportsmanlike conduct called against Pleasant Plains. And, here's the thing about that. Had it been called against Pittsfield, it would have been half the distance to the goal, and there's no such thing as an automatic first down. So it still would have been 4th down, but against Plains here, instead of 4th and goal from the 7, it'll be all the way back to the 22-yard line, and or 21-yard line is where they'll mark it off to on the 15-yard penalty, and be a 4th and
21-yard line.
Where's the sticks at?
21.
Why do they have a first down marker like that, though? Okay, the sticks are dead here. Okay.
Right.
All right, the sticks are standing, but they're really dead. All right. So it's at the 21-yard line. So it's 4th and goal from the 21. Yeah, they're standing up there.
They just don't want to put them down at the bend down and pick them up.
It kind of threw me off for a second. I'm like, well, how did you get a first down? It was just goal to go. But it's not. It's a 4th and goal from the 21, 3:50 and counting in the half.
Play clock's winding down here.
5 seconds on the play clock, and now they'll call a timeout here on this play. We'll pause as well. 3:46 to play in the half. It's a 14-0 advantage for Pleasant Plains on top of Pittsfield. They'll have a 4th and goal when we come back.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
3:46 to play in the half. 14-0 Pleasant Plains. Now at 4th and goal from the 21-yard line here.
It's actually in the press box.
And a big penalty on that play. It took them out of a field goal situation possibly here. Now they've got to score on a play from the 21-yard line. See what they come up with here after the timeout. Their second of this first half. 2 receivers to the right. Skelton is in the shotgun. The running back to his left is Glisson. Skelton is back to pass. Looking downfield, throwing it across the middle, and he's got it.
Nope, dropped it.
Out of the hands of Kahn. Kahn was open in the end zone. It would have been a touchdown, but Kahn couldn't bring it in. And the drive will stall with 3:39 to play in the second quarter. It'll be a turnover on downs here in the 1st and 10 for Pittsfield.
Ball at the 21. 3:39 to go in the half.
A long drive by Pleasant Plains. That started with 11:37 to play in the quarter. So nearly 8 minutes of game time off the clock, but they come up with no points, still leading 14-0 on the Trucks scoreboard. Pittsfield is set to get the ball to start the second half, so if they could figure out a way to put some sort of a drive together here and a score, they could be right back in this thing. Can't afford to have a turnover here. They'll pass it out on the left-hand side, and Moore had to hit him right into the numbers. Drops the ball. It's an incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Incomplete to Helms. Brings up second down
Kelvin
and
Moore,
10
the junior.
for the Sockies.
He'll come off the field now as Penix back out there. On the incompletion, the clock stops. 3:34 to play in the half. Pennick and Helms are split here to the left. It's Jackson and Allen to the right-hand side.
They've had some success in the second quarter going to Mr. Allen out there.
Yeah, he's a dynamic player. He hasn't gotten a lot of targets this year. Kind of a head-scratcher. Here's a low snap. They'll Handed off to Elliott. He cuts back in the middle. Has a nice gain on the play. Is tripped up, taken down near the 26-yard line. A gain of 5. And this brings up a 3rd and 5. Pittsfield's longest run of the night.
Elliott broke a few.
Right there on a 5-yard run.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
I've said it over and over again, and I'm not questioning scheme or anything. I'm just stating a statement here. When your running back starts 9 yards deep in the backfield, he has to run 9 yards to gain 0. So really, Elliott gained 5 yards in positive running. He had to run 14 yards to gain 5. Here's Petty. He fakes the handoff. Looking for Allen. Has the first down. Up across the 40. Taken down near the 44-yard line. That'll be a Saukey first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And a 1st and 10. Connor Allen with the big catch. They've targeted him several times so far here tonight.
That puts Javen at 100 yards passing.
And 1st and 10, just shy of the 45. 2:50 to play in the half. 69 yards receiving for Connor Allen on 4 catches. Of course, had that big play that ended up being a touchback because he fumbled it. They sit out of the side of the end zone. Here's Petty with the trips right. He's back to pass. Throwing it deep downfield, looking for the receiver, and it's an incomplete pass. Helms was the intended man. A little bit underthrown. Helms tried to come back. Really, if Helms had come back through the defender that time, he could have gotten a pass interference call. He did not make contact with him, so it's a 2nd and 10 on the incompletion. 2nd down, 10 yards to go with 2:29 to play here in the first half. Pike County Concrete, if you need concrete for your next job or project, give Pike County Concrete a call with locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville. They're here to serve you, 217-285-5548.
The key in the game at running back.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left-hand side with Javen Petty standing 6 yards deep. He'll hand it off to McKee. No, he'll pass it off to Pinnock on the left side. Pinnock looks for a block out there, taken down just shy of the 50-yard line, down to the 49. A gain of 5 on the play, and this will bring up a 3rd down and 5. So a 3rd down and 5 yards to go here for the Saukeys right near midfield. And a big play here. They didn't get much of a spot there, did they? This is 3rd and 6.
All right, fans, 3rd down. 6. Let him hear you.
2 minutes and counting in the first half. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Petty back to pass, looking left, looking for Jackson. Jackson is trying to break a tackle. He's wrestled down near the 47-yard line. He is short of the first down. He gained 3 yards there. It's going to be 4th and 2, and Pittsfield will now call a timeout to talk about it. So it appears like the Saukeys may be calling a timeout to discuss going for it here. We'll take a look at it as well. 1:40 to play in the half, 14-0. Plains on top. Back with you after this.
I love working in spine care because when patients get better, there's no better feeling than that.
We both, Alexis and I, take a lot of time listening to their story, which is important so the patients know that we are caring and are thinking about them and not just about their back or just about their neck. You start with the story, you add the exam information, and then you come up with what's causing this problem, and then a treatment plan.
$1:40 to play in the half. 14-0 the lead for Pleasant Plains. Pittsfield has it 4th down and 2 yards to go here. Out of the timeout. Petty will be under center for the first time tonight. He takes the snap, hands it off on the right side. That is to Elliott. And he'll have enough for the first down to the 41-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. And a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield as they went for it 4th and 2 just past midfield. So a little risk-reward play there, and it pays off for Pittsfield. A fresh set of downs, 1:28 and count into the half. Petty will be under center once again with the eye behind him in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, back to pass. Had to step up through the pressure. Now is going to throw it downfield, and it's a little bit low. Connor Allen was the intended receiver. And this will bring up a 2nd down and 10. Incompletion does stop the clock with 1:17 to play in the first half. Hey, check out Moose Lodge 420 for their pork chops tomorrow. They'll be serving at 11 o'clock on West Washington Street in Pittsfield. They're not just good pork chops, folks. They're the best you're going to get anywhere. Stop by and see the Moose Lodge. They also invite you to check out their Friday night specials, new special each week. The food's hot, the drinks aren't cold at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. 2nd and 10 for Pittsfield from the 41-yard line of Pleasant Plains. Petty back to pass. Has a little pressure. Picked up, throws left. It's low pass, and it'll be too low for Pinnock. And this will bring up a 3rd and 10. So 3rd down and 10 yards to go with 1:11 to play in the second.
For the Sockies.
Tell you what, on that pass play right there, Matthew Edwards picked up the end. Really gave Javen a lot of time to throw the ball right there.
Yeah, the running back in is the pass protector that time. 2 men left, 2 to the right-hand side. Let's see if you're looking for Connor Allen again here. He's kind of been the main target here tonight for Pittsfield. They'll put Pinnock in motion from the left to the right. Let him get set up on the right-hand side, but a penalty flag flies, and they're going to call a false start on the Sockies.
It'll be a false start.
So it'll be another penalty, moving back to the 46-yard line and bring up a 3rd and 15. And Pittsfield continues to kind of shoot themselves in the foot. 6 penalties, 41 yards.
15 ball at the 45.
3rd down and 15 now
fans,
from the 46. 2 men wide either side. Petty puts Pinnock in motion. Back to pass goes Javen Petty, trying to set up the screen to Edwards. Edwards gets a block out in front from White, and now he gets a little burst of speed. Taken down near the 36-yard line, a gain of 10 on the play. And this will bring up a 4th down and about 5. Hop right in there and grab it, buddy. They'll got it for you. 4th and 5. 4th and... Ooh, they give him a good spot, Justin. It's what, 4th and 2?
Yeah.
So Pittsfield called the timeout as they mark him at the 32-yard line. So give them 4 extra yards on that run by Edwards after the catch. And it's a 4th down and 2. Sockies called the timeout. It's their final timeout of the half with 56.4 seconds to play in this first half. I want to remind you about Waters Concrete. Tim Waters and his crew can help you with quality concrete for your new build, driveways, sidewalks, decorative patios, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. 309-252-1052. It's Waters Concrete on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. 14-0 Pleasant Plains. 56.4 seconds to play in the second quarter. Trucks 217-922-0044 for all of your diesel repair needs. They'll come to you this fall. Don't let that harvest be slowed down by diesel breakdowns. It's Trucks, TRUX Trucks. 4th and 2 here in the waning seconds of this second quarter. 56.4 seconds to play. Petty's under center. He keeps it himself on the right side. He stood up at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get this from the initial. Now they let him push him forward, and now he might be close. It appears to be short, and going to be a turnover on downs here.
See where they spot this.
Helmet of Jaron White came off, so he'll have to come off the field. The spot will be at the 31-yard line. It'll be Pleasant Plains football.
Cardinals defense gets the stop.
So 47.5 seconds to play in the half, and
Suddenly on the play, Oswald with the big push. Turnover on down.
He's called the timeout with the quarterback run.
1st and 10, ball at the 31.
The thing about Javen is he's not extremely elusive. And he was stood up, he was running straight up and down. He stood up almost right away, running on that right side. Pittsfield's strength of their offensive line is Mallon and White to the left, and they ran to the right on the biggest play of the game to that point. Trips left, 2 receivers to the right. Skelton in the gun. Pleasant Plains going to try to get a quick score here right before the half. Skelton is back to pass. He throws it deep downfield, looking for Kahn. Overthrown. Would have been 6.
Gets behind the
about 3 yards too deep.
Skelton with the
It'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Incomplete.
If he could just get a little more air under that baby.
It's twice tonight.
Would have been 6. 41.3 seconds to play in the half. Pleasant Plains a 2-touchdown lead. That was the first quarter score. When a shutout here in the second quarter. Most of the second quarter spent with Pleasant Plains with the ball in their hands. They had a drive that started at the 11:37 mark at their own 20. Ended at the Pittsfield 21 with 3:39 to play in the half. The Sockies drive then stalled out with 47.5 seconds to play in the half. And here Pleasant Plains with some opportunities to move it downfield, try to get another score. Low snap. Skelton back to pass, going to keep it now on the quarterback run, looking for space out there. Gets a big block on the crackback block and is taken down near the 42-yard line. A pickup of 11 yards on the play. That'll be a 1st and 10. The reason that block was legal was because the man led with his hands. If he leads with his shoulder pad or a helmet or anything else, it's an illegal block now. But since he hit it with his hands first, that is a legal block on that blindside block. Trips left, single man to the right, 33.5 seconds to play in the half. Skelton, he is back to pass, standing tall in the pocket, throwing it deep downfield, and it's overthrown. Intended receiver this time was Nick Sabo. And that'll be an incompletion. Stop the clock, bring up a 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10, clock stop.
Still 27.6 seconds to play in the second quarter. Eli Leonard on the coverage that time for Pittsfield. Yeah, if I'm Plains here, I'm sending everybody on a go route and then saying, Skelton, run, do your thing, man. Because once he gets past that, he's basically got to make one man miss at that point and he's gone. There ain't a linebacker going to catch him in the open field. Trips left. 2 men to the right-hand side now as Keininger's checked in. Skelton back to pass. 3-man rush for the Sockeye. Steps up through a little traffic there. Looks for a man. It's an incompletion.
Skelton scrambles to the left.
Kahn was the intended receiver. Incomplete pass, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 10 here. 21.2 seconds to play in the second quarter. We will have the Little Jess Motors halftime show with halftime stats that are, well, yardage-wise going to be dominated by this Pleasant Plains squad.
Wilson checks back into the game.
I'm going to say they have twice as many yards as the Sockies on the offensive side. And a bold prediction, Skelton has more yards himself than Pittsfield has as a team. Low snap, back to pass. Skelton keeps it himself, looking for some running room. He's looking for that sideline now, trying to get outside. Does.
Face
mask, another huge one here. He's taken out of the 44-yard line. A pickup of 14 yards, and then it'll go all the way down to the 29. It'll be a 1st and 10 after the penalty. So a 15-yard penalty, the second major penalty of the night on the face mask call. 11.1 seconds to play in the half. Skelton now, he heads to the sideline as he says, can we quit doing that one? Gonna have whiplash.
Personal foul, face mask, another 15-yard penalty against Pittsfield.
And it'll be down to the 29-yard line for a 1st and 10. I think Pleasant Plains wants to call timeout here, possibly. Skelton is out of the game, being looked at by a trainer down here. Keininger, though, has come in and shown that he's a capable guy to play here.
Of the Sockies.
Clock stops with the defensive penalty. So don't have to worry about calling a timeout here if you're Plains. 11.1 seconds to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the Pittsfield 29-yard line now. Man's put out wide to the right-hand side is Nick Sabo.
To the right.
Trips left in a bunch set there. Keininger in the gun. He puts the running back in motion. Keininger now going to get it out there in the flats to Glisson. Glisson had a little bit of a high pass, but he is able to bring it in. Taken down near the 25-yard line as Leonard takes him down. A gain of 4 on the play. Should bring up a 2nd down and 6. With 3.5 seconds to play in this first half. So Kearney now will try to kick this one through. He's from the 32-yard line, so this is a 42-yard field goal attempt by Kearney. He's got a pretty good leg on him. 42-yard field goal attempt that would give him a 17-0 lead. The snap is down. The hold is good. The kick is way left. It's going to float left on him, be no good. And we head to halftime in the Little Jess Motors halftime show where the Pleasant Plains Cardinals lead Pittsfield 14-0. Halftime stats and more your way after this.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. the availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers, and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a 14-0 advantage for Pleasant Plains on top of Pittsfield here at the halftime break. And let's take a look at how the two scores for Plains came at the 6:41 mark of the first quarter. Glisson, a 9-yard run. The extra point was good to make it 7-0 Cardinals, and then they scored with 1:23 to play in the first quarter. Skelton, a 58-yard run as he scampered away from everyone to make it 14-0. Both teams had some opportunities there in the second quarter. Pittsfield fumbled the ball out of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals had a drive that was first and goal from the 7 that stalled out after a penalty of their own and unable to put it across the goal line. So we stay at the score that we had at the end of the first quarter. This 14-0 Pleasant Plains lead. It is the Little Jess Motors halftime show on Central Illinois Sports. We'll pause for a break here. We're back with Justin and your halftime stats after this.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, go Panthers!
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It is a 14-0 advantage for Pleasant Plains on top of Pittsfield. Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Quincy, Illinois. The place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are met. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or call them, or just stop by 3431 Main Street in Quincy. It's Little Jess Motors. 14-0 Pleasant Plains, and Justin has a look at all of your halftime stats.
We'll start with the Pleasant Plains Cardinals. They were 8 for 14 first half, 87 yards passing, led by Danny Skelton. He had 48 yards passing, and Keininger had 39. They rushed 21 times for 176 yards. Danny Skelton was your leading rusher. 12 rushes for 143 yards. And your Glisson was 3 rushes for 17. They had 11 first downs in the first half, 5 by pass, 4 for run, 2 out of penalty. They had 2 penalties for 25 total yards. Your leading receiver in the first half was your Danny Skelton, 35 yards.
That is the leading passer and the leading receiver. That's not always. And the leading rusher. He did it all. Might have drove the bus if they were on the road here tonight.
He did it all. And to start off with your Sockies, we were 9 for 16 in the first half, 122 yards passing. Javen Petty was your leading passer, of course. Rushing, we were 7 for 11 yards. Lane Yelly had 5 rushes for 8 yards. We were penalized 7 times for 56 yards, and we had 4 first downs, 3 from passing, 1 from rushing.
14-0 the Pleasant Plains advantage here at the halftime break, and Pittsfield probably fortunate to be within 2 scores in this game. And then on the other side of the coin, you could say maybe should be within 1 score of this game on a ball that was determined to be fumbled out of the side of the end zone that looked to be a touchdown, but was called a fumble before he broke the plane. And so no dice there. It is 14-0 Pleasant Plains on top of the Little Jess Motor halftime show. Back with more on Central Illinois Sports after this.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales.
Welcome back on the Little Just Motor halftime show. It's a 14-0 lead for Pleasant Plains on top of the Pittsfield Sockies here at the halftime break. We can tell you Williamsville's beating New Berlin at the half by a score of 14-0. A game that's, I'd say, closer than anybody thought they were going to see there tonight. Brown County and Router in a battle, 14-13 Brown County at the halftime break there. We can tell you that Bowling Green has got a good squad this year. They're up 58-7 at halftime in their contest. I mean, they just keep on rolling there in Bowling Green, and it looked like they have a team that could make a little bit of run in the postseason as well. Halftime, the Bulldogs of Muhammad Seymour lead Quincy Notre Dame 28-10. Dupex beating Dakota 34-6 up north. Forreston 46-0 over West Carroll. Fulton beating Stockton 34-6. Galena on top of Eastland Pearl City 14-0. And then Lena Winslow, the number 1 team in 1A, beating Woodstock Marion 38-0 at the half. Greenfield Northwestern leads Carrollton at the halftime break 8-0 in a low-scoring game there. Probably a little surprise. Greenfield's undefeated, and Carrollton has 1 win on the year so far, I believe. So a little bit of a surprise there. Breeze Mater Dei on top of Du Quoin at the halftime break, 21-6. And just checking to see if we can have any other scores for you. I know Macomb was up 28-14 on Elmwood Brimfield at the half. Macomb's undefeated on the season so far, and really excited about the squad that they bring to the field. Each and every Friday night, Camp Point Central led Triopia 32-0 after 1 quarter in that game, so it looks like Central going to move to 6-0 on the season as predicted, I would say. Jacksonville leads Decatur Eisenhower 41-0, just a minute left to go in the first half. Athens on top of Porta at half, 21-8. Here on the Trucks scoreboard, Springfield High beating MacArthur 14-6 at the half. So a lot of games that, well, they're out of hand. Not here. It's 14-0 in the lead for Pleasant Plains, but if you're Pittsfield, then you have to look at it this point and not making fun of anything, or just pointing out a fact. If they're going to come back and win this game, they're going to have to score more points than they have in any game so far this season. The offense has just been
and next up, let's welcome
anemic,
to the field.
Low-powered, putrid. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can put it. It's not been good for Pittsfield. Really passing the ball tonight, they have not been too bad, but on the running side of things, they just have not been able to muster much. And again, I think their best plays on the running side, Justin, have been when they've been in that double tight set with the I formation behind them. Just gets you a little extra blocker, and usually under center. When you don't have to start, again, 9 yards deep behind the line of scrimmage, that's a pretty tough task. Do you ever start 9 yards deep in the backfield?
No, sir.
What would you have done if you'd started 9 yards deep in the backfield?
Would have made it 7.
It's just with a young offensive line, and you're just not as quick as most of the defenses you're going to be seeing in this conference. It's a tough task. Try to ask those guys to get down on those backers that quickly, and Pittsfield has not been able to successfully do that this season.
Well, when you're only getting 4 first downs too, your defense is on the field quite a bit. So your defense is on the field. You want to get them off, and when you get some first downs, help out a lot. Now we did, we held them scoreless in the second quarter. Maybe that's something going in at halftime. Coach can talk about that. They can bend on that. Connor Allen, again, there's some big plays coming out of him. I think they can keep rolling him out. They can't seem to cover him, so.
He's got 5 catches for 69 yards in the first half of play. Also catches in the first half by Pennick. And Matthew Edwards had the 1 catch out of the backfield. Jeremiah Jackson's been targeted a couple of times and has 2 catches for 31 yards. So, again, really Petty has thrown the ball, I think, fairly well. Even if he's underthrown it a couple of times, it's a ball that's playable by the receiver. And then he's made some plays that were just right on the money. 122 yards of passing, that's nothing to shake a stick at in the first half of play. But, man, 11 yards rushing in the first half on 7 carries. Just not going to win very many ball games in this or any conference if you can't move the ball on the ground and help control the clock. It is 14-0. Pleasant Plains has the advantage over Pittsfield in the Little Jess Motors halftime show on Central Illinois Sports. We pause for a break here from some of the sponsors who are helping bring this game to you here tonight. Back with more after this.
Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say, Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motor halftime show. Actually arrived tonight in a Jeep Renegade from Little Jess Motors. Tell you what, they did a nice job taking care of you, and a good service after the sale as well at Little Jess Motor, 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Proud sponsor of the halftime show on Central Illinois Sports. Pittsfield will be on the receiving side of things to start the third period, down by a score of 14-0. Tonight's game and a scoreboard brought to you by Trucks LLC. For all of your diesel repair needs, it's Trucks. Trucks is currently operating with mobile service units only at this time, as their new building is being constructed in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel needs. Call Trucks 217-922-0044, and be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. Pleasant Plains, both times they've kicked off in this contest, they've been kind of little short pooch kind of kicks. And balls that, you know, if you don't recover right away, could be recovered by the kicking team. Pittsfield's done a nice job so far of covering those kickoffs.
They might have seen some. Might have seen some film on that from previous weeks.
Yes. And somebody dropped a. What is laying at the 38-yard line? Does that look like a penalty flag?
Sure does. It might have been a flag from the band.
Start off the second half.
You think you'd pick it up either way, whatever it is.
Fans, let them hear it at the start of the second half.
All right, teed it up and kicking it up is Allie Shaw.
On homecoming night.
Allie is a freshman, 5'7", 130 pounds. And has the ball in hand, ready to tee it up.
Chow will place the ball and walk off the kick for the Cardinals.
Pittsfield way up now on the kickoff return side of things. Thinking this could be another short kick. Man, they're really bunched on this side is Pleasant Plains toward the short side of the field. And Schoen will put her boot into this one. It's a high kick, not extremely deep. Sockies will take it at about the 35-yard line. This is Moore. Kelby Moore is going to be wrestled down up near the 41. And that is where Pittsfield will start first and 10 from their own 41-yard line with 11:54 to play in the third period. So again, good field position for Pittsfield. For the most part on the offensive side, they've started with decent field position tonight. The one time that was deep in their own territory was when Plains had a drive stall out at around the 21. First and 10 from the 41 here. They'll come out in the I formation. Petty will be under center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the deep back McKee, and there's nothing there. Got a lot of linemen standing around watching the ball carrier get tackled back at the 39-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play by McKee. And it brings up a second down and 12.
It was number 48 with the carry.
That time,
McKee.
Pittsfield didn't get anything.
Down and a long 11.
On the push, second and 12. Just underway here in the third. Petty back in the gun. 2 receivers wide right, 2 men to the left-hand side. Puts Allen in motion from the right to the left. Will hand it off on the right side, and the ball carrier will go back to the 40-yard line. That is Lady Elliott again. Gain of a yard, and it's 3rd and 11.
Suddenly in pain, helping out. 3rd down, Saki.
Week 6 of the season, and Pittsfield still yet to get.
All right, fans, 3rd down. Let them hear you.
Figured out. It was a strength of the team last year. Elliott really had a nice season. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left-hand side. Petty's in the gun. Bringing the house is Plains. Petty with a quick hit.
Screen.
Had the screen set up. Jackson's
Maya.
got it. He's taken down up near the 50-yard line. A gain of 10 on the play. This will bring up a 4th and 1 right at midfield, and a decision for Zach Ferguson here.
Over to try to pop the ball out, makes the tackle.
4th and 1 from the 50.
Pittsfield doesn't get the first down. It'll be
10, 15, and counting in this third period.
Get loud. Stay loud.
I think you have to punt it here. They're going to go for it.
4th down, fans. Get loud.
Justin likes it.
Stay loud.
I like flipping the field here. Petty's under center. High formation. Takes the snap. Hands it out to Elliott. He's stood up in the backfield and taken down for no gain on the play. And the Sockies will turn it over on downs at the 49-yard line. 9:54 to play in the third. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Pleasant Plains at the Socky 49-yard line.
That defensive line just got major penetration on that offense.
Yeah, I mean, you've given up 2 scores on the night. They were both in the first quarter. Defense playing well. That's why I'm punting there, penning them deep. You know, if you pick it up, you look like, hey, good job. You trusted the offense. But the offense of the Sockies is just not to be trusted this year. Skelton's in the shotgun. He is back to pass, looking down the middle of the field. That's the dangerous ball. And
Danger pass down the middle.
if McAllister had known that ball, where that ball was in the air, he was watching the receiver. If he'd have just turned around, I think he could have had an interception. It's an incomplete pass as it is, and a 2nd and 10 from the 49.
He's overthrown a lot of receivers tonight.
Yeah, just a little more air under the ball, and he could have some big numbers on that passing side. Clock stops, 9:49 to play in the third.
Severino back
from the 49-yard line. Trips left. The running back to the left of the quarterback is Charlie Severino. They'll run the option out to him. Severino has to gather and cuts it upfield.
Good run by
Taken
Severino
down near the 42-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on the play, and this will bring up a 3rd and 3.
Line over 77.
So 3rd and 3 here for the Cardinals. From the Socky 42.
Pickup of about 8. That'll be
9 minutes
2 for the Cardinals.
And 25 seconds to play in this third period. Pleasant Plains been pretty good on 3rd down here tonight on the offensive side. They'll split 2 receivers wide to the right. Skelton will be in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion out here. He'll keep it himself, will Skelton. He is stood up at the line of scrimmage. They're trying to drag him down, and they finally will.
Pittsfield breaks through on the
Taken
line
down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, no loss, and it'll be a 4th and 3 now
about to the line
from the 42.
That'll be 4th down for the Cardinals.
Just under 9 minutes to play in the third. Pittsfield's defense trying to get a stop here. 4th down, 3 yards to go. Gotta watch for a hard count here. There's a lot of things you could go with.
Last couple series, that middle of that defensive line's really got some penetration stopping that.
Back and running back as well.
I think that's Clayton Reinhardt in there now. And also Forshey. Hard count. They draw him off sides again.
Skelton draws him off sides.
Jumped, and so did Forshey.
1st down.
5-yard penalty.
Cardinals.
And it'll be a 1st and 10. Just the youthful mistakes showing through there. 8 minutes and counting of this third. Fresh set of downs via the penalty here for Pleasant Plains. At the 37-yard line of Pittsfield. See if they can capitalize on the Socky mistake. Trips left, single receiver to the right. Skelton moves the running back to his right. Calls for the snap. He fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Looking right, has Sabo out there.
Up the middle, pass
about the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 4.
Leonard on the coverage.
Sabo stands about 6'4". He's defended that time by Elijah Leonard, who's 5'9", with his spikes on, maybe on the tiptoes. Not.
That's Skelton's first completion, his last 7 attempts.
Trips left, single man to the right. Skelton in the gun. Puts a man in motion. It's Keininger out there. Now they look to the sideline, 8 seconds of the play clock. Skelton now barks out the signals. He's back to pass on a low snap. Now he's trying to pick it up. The ball's still loose on the ground. Nobody has any idea it's loose. Socky's ever covered it. That is about as long as you could see the ball loose. The PA man actually had time to say ball
Pittsfield
loose
recovers.
on the ground. And I think it was the only reason anybody noticed the ball was loose at the 36-yard line. It laid on the ground for an eternity there. 7:01 to play in the third. And Pittsfield's defense gets a takeaway. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Oh, Howard Pools hit a home run, just 701 in his career. Now it's kind of boring, isn't it?
It's football season, Charlie.
Yeah, Cubs fans. They're going to hand it off to Edwards now, running right. And he's not going to have much there. Looks like no gain on the play.
Hagen comes up to help out.
To the 36, and it's 2nd and 10.
And Payne over to make the tackle.
At some point, you've got to just say, screw it. We're not going to even try to run the ball and just put it in the air. I mean, it just, there's just no traction offensively. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. And Petty's thrown pretty well tonight. So maybe that's what you try to live and die on here. Now they're going to hand it off again.
Blitz by
Edwards in the backfield.
Payne finishes it off.
I mean, just the guy almost took the handoff to the backfield, back to the 32-yard line. A loss of 4 on the play. And it brings up a 3rd and 14. So 3rd down, 14 yards to go as Pittsfield continues to try to keep it on the ground here. 5:55 to play in the third.
Let him hear you.
Not targeted Allen yet here in the second half after a big first half. Going the wrong direction after a big takeaway, in jeopardy of going a quick 3 and out on the offensive side. Petty in the shotgun, trips right. Low snap, had to pick it up off the ground. Back to pass, looking for his man, that's Jeremiah Jackson.
Nice coverage by Babington, the pass is incomplete.
That'll stop the clock and bring the punting team on the field as it's 4th and 14. Saki's squander an opportunity after they get a takeaway. 5:30 to play in the third. Cook on to punt it away for Pittsfield.
Skelton will go back to return the punt.
Well, now your defense has to come back on the field. We just talked about that. They came out and made a big stop.
What do you say? Football season?
Yep.
Pools at 7:01.
Wow.
Does that make the 700th ball less valuable?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
You don't think so? Now they're coming after the kick. Cook will get it away, but it's a high kick, not extremely deep, and goes out of bounds just past midfield. He had all kinds of pressure on him that time. And they will mark the ball near the 47, and that's where the Pleasant Plains will start 1st and 10 at their own 47 with 5 minutes, 22 seconds to play in the third. Illini Express here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org. 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
Kiner just taking a snap here.
Now they're going to flip the field. Coninger is in at the quarterback spot. There's 5 receivers on one side of the field. They're going to give it out to Skelton. They're going to look for blockers out in front of him. And he's still fighting for yards, and it's taken down. Ooh, man, that seemed like a late hit, and it was.
Flag on the field, late hit by the
down to the 47-yard line is where he went, a pickup of 6, and then they'll get another 15 yards and take it down to the Saki 32 on their 3rd personal foul of the night. 5:11 to play in the third.
Personal foul again against the Sakis.
So that'll move it to the 32-yard line. On the late hit.
Be a 10-yard penalty. First down, Cardinals.
They're going to put the ball for 30. Oh, can't be a 10-yard penalty. It's a 15-yarder, but they did only mark off 10 yards. That's the first 10-yard personal foul I have witnessed to the 38. Keininger is the quarterback again. That's a man in motion now to the right. Waits for him to come set. Goes back to pass. Looking right the entire time. Has his man, this is Severino on the catch. He'll be taken out of bounds near the 29-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play. It'll bring a 2nd and 1. And Plains has a little something going on now, but their offense scored twice in the first quarter. Shut out since, but with 4:48 to play in the third, they've got the ball 2nd and 1 from the Saki 29-yard line.
That's their 4th first down on penalty tonight.
A couple in this half. One's jumping off sides, one's on that personal foul. Trips left. Coninger again is the man in the shotgun. Puts Severino in motion with a naked backfield. He goes back to pass. Has a little pressure, looks on the right side, has his intended receiver knocked away. Really nice job that time by Leonard, as Sabo was the intended receiver. And it brings up a 3rd and 1. I like that shot on 2nd and 1. They took a shot at the end zone,
3rd and 1,
and it nearly paid off.
29.
4:48 to play in the 3rd as the clock stops as the ball fell incomplete. 3rd and a yard. You expect to see Skelton back at quarterback now. He probably keeps it here, I think. One of those little zone blocks and say, hey, just pick a hole on this side, young man. 3rd and 1. Skelton in the gun. Has the extra blockers on the left side this time. He will head toward that side. Now be drugged down after a gain. Enough for the first down. Looks like he's at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. Needed 1. And the 1st and 10. So a 1st down and 10 yards to go for Pleasant Plains.
1st and 10, Cardinals.
Drive started at their own 47-yard line as the Sakis failed to convert on the 3rd and short.
That's their 14th first down of the game.
Skelton in the gun. He is back to pass, looking down the middle, wide open, and a touchdown. Duraco from 24 yards out. And with 4:06 to play in the 3rd, it's a 3-score lead. 20-0 Pleasant Plains on top on the Trucks scoreboard.
Touchdown by number 20.
Here comes Carney on for the extra point attempt. He's 2 for 2 so far. He did miss the field goal to end the half, but it was a pretty good distance. What they say that was 30 or
24,
42 yards on the field goal attempt. Now the Sakis will come off sides.
All sides on the Sakis.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal. Plains will still be in there to try the extra point attempt. Chilly night once that sun went down. Carney now has a chance to boom this one through the uprights. Sakis tried to jump off sides again. Through the uprights and good. 21-0 Plains. 4:06 to play in the 3rd. Back after this.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
.406 to play in the 3rd. 21-0 is the advantage for Pleasant Plains on top of the Sakis on the Truck scoreboard after the 24-yard pass from Skelton to Duraco. Extra point was good by Carney and makes it this 21-0 lead. Chown has it teed up, ready to go. Sakis were man short on the kick return team. Got to have 11, evidently. Are the rules? Yeah, I don't have to, actually. Here's a punt or a kick going to be returned by Edwards. And they'll be taking down after a short gain on the play.
Gets down there quick again.
Down to the 34-yard line. That's where the Sakis will start 1st and 10.
Picks up about a yard after the kick.
4 minutes, 3 seconds to play on the 3rd. Here comes the offensive unit back to the field once again.
On the 34-yard line.
I'd like to see if we can get Connor Allen back involved here.
Well, it's safe to say the run game has not been working, so maybe try it in the air. Trips right. Petty is back to pass. looking to his right, looking for Allen, and it's overthrown.
Ready, back to pass. Intended for
Jalen's not had too many balls that were that far off tonight, but that one was high, sailed on him, and brings up a 2nd and 10. Danger in this though, if you don't connect on some of those passes. Another quick 3 and out, another chance for Pleasant Plains to put another score on the board. Second and 10. Trip set to the right-hand side. Leonard, Allen, and Pinnock. Plains bringing the blitz. The Sockies will run the ball this time.
Run up the middle by the Sockies.
Short gain by McKee here. Up to the 38-yard line, gain of 4. And it brings up a 3rd down and 6.
Tackled quickly by Carter Streck. 3rd down for the Sockies.
So
fans.
3rd down and
Let
6 yards to go. And as good as Plains has been on 3rd down, Pittsfield has been the opposite, unfortunately, if you're a Socky fan. 3:25 and counting in those 3rd period. Edwards is checked in the backfield now. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Petty in the shotgun. Going to bring some pressure out the edge. Pass out. It's going to be a pick 6. Oswald with the pick 6. He tried to swing it out to Edwards, and Oswald, a 34-yard interception return for a touchdown, makes it 27-0 Pleasant Plains. Oswald, like he knew that one was coming.
Senior Luke Oswald.
And the senior with the pick 6. Cardinals put the extra point attempt there. It's about to be 28-0 because Carney ain't missing an extra point here. 3:08 to play in the 3rd, so the pick 6, and well, looky there. It's going to be a 2-point attempt as the man makes a miss out there. Kenninger takes it, and
the homecoming king.
Not only is he the homecoming king, but he also has the 2-point conversion to make it 29-0. Pleasant Plains. 3:08 to play in the 3rd. Right after this.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, hunting, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your Nutrient Crop consultant today.
.308 to play in the 3rd. 29-0 is the Pleasant Plains advantage. After the pick 6 by Oswald. Luke Oswald. Plains. Here's Schown in for the extra point, or extra point kickoff. How about Ali Schown?
And 20 back by himself to return for the Sockies.
She's not kicked it extremely deep yet tonight, and Pittsfield kind of has everybody up again. She'll kick a little line drive, going to be taken by Edwards at the 30-yard line. There's a penalty flag.
Flags on the field.
Edwards is going to take it for a touchdown. Maybe. No, he cuts back then. He's
returned by number 5, Edwards.
There's a penalty flag all the way back at the 38-yard line. The Sockies had one man on this side. That was Tristan Ruzic, and he's going to get called for a hold. And so it's going to be for naught. And it'll be another penalty against Pittsfield, a 10-yard variety this time. They've had some issues with the penalties and some inopportune times here this evening. The Cardinals have a man down on the field injured after the play. 10 penalties against the Sockies for 72 yards once this one's called. They're going to take a look at the injured player. 2:55 to play in the 3rd. 29-0 Plains on top of Pittsfield. Back after this.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
Did you know that Prairieland FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairieland FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
2:55 to play in the third. 29-0 is the advantage for Pleasant Plains on top of Pittsfield on the Truck scoreboard.
Holding call against the Sockies.
Sockies get called for the hold.
Brings the ball back to the 30-yard line.
So instead of a big return, they'll get it at their home 30. And here comes the offense back on the field. They threw a pick six the last time. You have to give Oswald credit. He made a really good read on that play, but I'm telling you, there's something being telegraphed there because he knew it was coming before the pass was even thrown. Here's Petty back to pass, looking for a man out in the flats. This is
Petty back to pass.
Moore, it looks like, down here. They do have McKelvey Moore on the catch.
That's Moore.
Up at the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 7.
Picks up 2. It'll be second down.
Second down and 7 yards to go here with 2:51 to play in this third period. Trips right this time. Petty again in the shotgun. Looking like they're going to bring some pressure out the edge. Sockies pick it up. Now Petty scrambles to his right. Looks downfield. Has a man wide open. That's Pinnock. And he's got it for a big gain on the play. Taken out of bounds near the 47-yard line.
First down.
A pickup of
Pittsfield
20 yards and a first down.
Territory.
To the Plains 47 on a 1st and 10 for the Sockies. So a fresh set of downs here. With 2:42 to play in the third. Man went out of bounds, so clock stops. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. Javen Petty in the shotgun. Running back stands 9 yards deep. They turn to the right, the running back is to the left. They pass it to the right-hand side. It's completed. Down to the 40-yard line. That is
by
Leonard on the catch. Down to the 40. A gain of 7 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 3.
Second down and a long 2 for the Sockies.
I'm just baffled at how this offense has performed this year. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Petty takes the snap. He'll hand it off. He makes a good read this time. Passes it out to the sticks on the right-hand side. That's Luke Archer on the catch. Archer going to be taken down near the 36-yard line. A gain of 4, and that should be enough for a first down. Archer's first catch of the evening, the sophomore.
Little momentum going here.
Yeah, things moving in the right direction.
Yes.
2:03 and counting to the third. This is the drive you needed, though, Justin, when you were down 14-0 coming out of the halftime break. You still got a long way to go here. 36 yards to be exact. They'll hand it off now to McKee in the backfield. He spins and is going to be taken down near the 35 and a yard. Brings up a 2nd and 9.
Oswald finishes.
Sometimes you just have to run forward.
That looked like it was right up the middle.
Line of scrimmage. Still second down and 10 for the Sockies.
And in fact, they're going to mark him right back to the line of play there, so maybe closer to 2nd and 10. Trips right, 1:19 and counting in the third. Petty calls for the snap. He's back to pass. They pick up the blitz. He looks deep downfield looking for Jackson. He dives and he makes an outstanding catch at the 5-yard line. Jeremiah Jackson playing the ball down to the 5. A 30-yard pickup and a 1st and goal for the Sockies from the 5-yard line. One of the prettier catches you'll get to see. Nice job by Jackson. And makes it 1st and goal with 1 minute to play in the third from the 5.
Our running back picked up the end on that and gave him time to throw it.
Yep.
Good again.
I formation. Petty is to the sideline to get the play call now. Clock counting down with 45 seconds to play in the third. He'll check the wrist, set up under center with 8 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap, hands it off the deep back. McKee, no dice.
And off up the middle, stop quickly.
Second and goal from the 5.
Correct. Clock. And number 40, Oswald.
28 seconds to play in the third. Pittsfield does not have to run a play here before the end of the period.
Second down and goal. Ball to 5.
Trying to call the play in from the sideline are the Sakis. 15 seconds to play. Just let the clock run out to end the. They're going back and forth. 10 seconds to play in the third. Could just let the clock run out. They'll set up under center. Petty going to pitch it outside of the right-hand side. McKee looking for running room. He breaks a tackle, and he is in for a score. What do I know? 29-6 the advantage for Pleasant Plains as McKee takes it in from 5 yards out and scores Pittsfield's first touchdown of this affair. Surely they're going for 2 here. That would make it a 21-point game. All right, they're going to kick, which would make it a 22-point game. They're also a man short on the extra point attempt.
Play clock hasn't started yet, so.
All things holy here. No time left on the clock. It's 29-6. Poor's going to kick the extra point attempt here. It's 1 for 2 on the season. Blocked here. Yeah, after 3, it's 29-6. Pleasant Plains leads Pittsfield back after this.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trekking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trekking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trekking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trekking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
Well, we're ready to start the final quarter. 29-6 is the Pleasant Plains advantage on top of Pittsfield on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Might see an onside kick here. Looks like he's down by 22 points. And they will attempt the onside, and it'll be recovered by Pleasant Plains. As J.W. Pinnock will fall on it at the 43-yard line, and that is where the Cardinals will start first and 10 at their own 43 with 11 minutes, 58 seconds to play in the contest. Do want to remind you on the broadcast tonight about Bowlers Universe. They're open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight. Saturdays, 4 to midnight. Cover many menu items, burgers and fries, the wings, the specialty pizzas. Try one of the many craft beers as well. Come out and enjoy the fun at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield.
Keininger behind center.
Comes out with 2 receivers to his right. Puts a man in motion out to the left side and glisten, and a penalty flag flies and a false start.
On the play.
That'll move the Cardinals back to the 38-yard line, make it first and 15.
It's their 4th penalty of the game, second and a half.
In what had to be a fairly difficult week of preparation for Pleasant Plains, they have come out very prepared, I feel like. And you have to give a lot of credit to Coach Hamilton and his staff. 2 receivers right. Quarterback Keininger is in the gun. Looking for around the left, good hole, hits it hard. Takes it up near the 45-yard line, gain of 7 on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 8.
Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, tackled by Jackson.
Second down and 8 yards to go.
7, McKee.
They'll play fresh soft or JV game on Monday in Pittsfield at 6 o'clock. They played freshmen last night, so good to see both of these programs putting a squad out there at all 3 levels. 29-6 Plains on a second down and 8 yards to go from their own 45-yard line. Quarterback calls the line set. This is Skelton now as the quarterback. He has immediate pressure now. He scampers away. Archer's going to go back and get him on to wrestle him to the ground. Luke Archer, the sophomore, on the sack back of the 37-yard line, a loss of 8. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 16.
Tell you what, Tracer did a good job getting outside there and turning him back into him.
Archer, though, you can tell, man, he's a wrestler back there. He took the man down, and once he got him in his mitts, he wasn't letting him go. 3rd down, 16 yards to go for Pleasant Plains. 10:45 to play in the contest. Clock counting down here. The quarterback, Skelton in the shotgun. 2 receivers right. Puts a man in motion out to the left and Glisson. Be back to pass down the middle of the field. Has a man, but it's between the hands of Rocco. And it's an incomplete pass. And it looks like the special teams unit will come onto the field to punt it away. So Pittsfield's defense gets a stop, and with 10:29 to play in the 4th, they'll get the ball back after the punt. Skelton is also the punter. You always have to be wary when your quarterback is your punter. Look how deep he is. He's going to punt the ball from his 20. The ball is at the 37. You ever seen a guy that deep on the punt? Good luck blocking it. Man, you long snap here, it's like a marathon. He puts his boot into this one. It's a nice punt.
Watch out.
Will,
punt by Skelton.
Get away from it.
Good bounce, too.
And it down to the 15-yard line. Caught the 20, excuse me.
Gets down to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's where Pittsfield will start 1st and 10. You know,
that ball had nothing.
Someone somewhere
10-18 left to go in the game.
Should be teaching
1st and 10
catch
for the Sockies.
the punt in the air. It's not just Pittsfield, it is all over the place. Guys, letting the ball drop. Catch.
Homecoming,
dang ball in the air.
fans, let them hear you.
You can call for a fair catch and they can't even hit you. Just catch it. Like just plain catch. Like, hey, Dad, want to have a catch? 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, Petty McGunn. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Petty back to pass, now flushed out of the pocket, looking for something on the left, and he just kind of flips it forward to Pinnock. Hits the ground. It's an incomplete pass, and it's a 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd out and 10 yards to go here for Pittsfield. Clock stops with 10:11 to play in this contest. I love kids. Petty back to pass. Now he's in some trouble, and he's going to sling it toward the sideline. That'll be
good rush
intentional
by
grounding.
Paddock. Petty throws it away.
Who was in the vicinity? He's got to get it past the line of scrimmage. He didn't.
For the Sockies.
So this will be intentional grounding. It's going to be a little delayed call here. Referee looking at it. They're going to say.
No, he's saying the receiver's in the area.
Oh, no. Anybody.
All right, 3rd down, fans. Let him hear you.
Penalty. Yep, there it is.
Now there's a flag on the field.
Yeah. This is going to be intentional grounding and a loss of down.
Intentional grounding.
So it'll bring up a 3rd.
By the Sockies.
And 10. There's no such thing as being in the grasp. You have to throw it. You can throw it away now if you get outside the tackle area or have a man in the vicinity of it. But you have to if you're going to throw it away. Even if you're throwing it out of bounds, it has to get past the line of scrimmage. And it did not that time, and that's why it is a penalty. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and
20 for the Sockies.
About 20 yards to go here.
All right, fans, 3rd down. Let them hear you.
10. Less than ideal. $10:05 left. Petty and the referee having some words now. He's going to be back near his own end zone. Take the snap. He's back to pass. Now steps up, throws a bullet toward the sideline. It's caught there by Jeremiah Jackson out of the 19, caught the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. And it brings up a 4th down and 12. And again, Pittsfield will be forced to punt.
For the Sockies.
With 9:58 left.
And Gianna, any more points on this going for us?
That puts
9:58
Javen
to play in the 4th.
Puts Javen over 200 yards for the game.
4th and 12, and the Sockies will bring the punt team onto the field.
Oh, lost it down on that play. Sorry, folks. That's a turnover on downs.
What?
By the Sockies.
No, this is 4th down.
Yes.
Chain gang earned their money tonight, folks.
They're taking a...
It went from 2nd. He lost the down.
Yeah, it went from 2nd
First
to
and 10 for the
4th
Cardinals.
down.
Ball to 19. 9:58 left to go in the game.
How's there... A loss of down is the down on the play.
Yeah.
This means it's an offensive penalty. It's not like you lose. It's not like, hey, it's 2nd, now it's 4th, because that is what just happened there. What the hell is going on? From the 19-yard line, here's Skelton. He'll rush up the middle.
Skelton keeps
He
it.
breaks
He's
the
still
tackle,
going,
and he's in for a
folks.
touchdown.
A
19-yard run, and Skelton
Big block by number 52.
makes it 35 to 6 with 9:50 left. $9:50 to play in this one.
Carney will attempt the
Here's
extra
Carney
point.
on for the extra point attempt.
Junior Danny Skelton with the touchdown.
Skelton was stopped after about an 8-yard game, but then he broke out of the pile again, and he was in for the score. Here's the extra point attempt. It's good by Carney.
Good.
36 to 6. 1 and 3 points on top of the Sockies. Back after this.
This is Alexis, nurse practitioner.
This is Dr. John Olson. He is the best neurosurgeon.
Well, I paid her to say that.
However.
Many of the patients that Alexis sees, we talk about that day, and we're able to collaborate real time on the patients.
Having another provider that's not a surgeon work with the surgeon, I think you get the best of both worlds. If you have any neck or back pain, come see us in the Spine Center.
$9:50 left, 36-6, Plains on top on the Trucks scoreboard. On a quarterback run by Skelton that time from 19 yards, right?
Yes, sir.
I still don't think that was the right call on the turnover on downs. And if it was, Pittsfield shouldn't have been going for it. I mean, Pittsfield was sending their punt team to the field. There was nobody that thought that was 4th down because it wasn't. That was incorrectly administered. $9:50 left. And it's 36 to 6.
Chown goes back to kick for the Cardinals.
Chown in to kick it off again. She'll kick it.
Nice move.
Toward Edwards. Edwards looking for a block. He'll find
Number
one
5
and
with the
get it up
return.
near
Edwards
the 44-yard line. That's where Pittsfield will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Brought down also by Colton Boone.
With 9:44 left in this contest, the Pike County Express, they've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check out the newest edition of the Pike County Express at a newsstand near you next Wednesday. 9:44 left.
1st and 10, ball at the 44.
I'm not trying to belabor the point, but it was a 2nd down play. He threw it away. They called intentional grounding. It's a loss of down, which would make it 3rd down. The loss of down. All it is preventing the offensive team from repeating 2nd down. So it wouldn't be 2nd and 20. It'd be 3rd and 20 there. But instead they called it 4th and 20. And then Pittsfield then went for it, gained 8 yards, and they said turnover on downs. There's a penalty flag here. It's going to be a
holding on. Well,
maybe, or a face mask.
Personal foul against the Cardinals, face mask.
Yikes. So that's a 15-yard penalty. Plains has not been penalized a ton here tonight. 4 penalties for 40 total yards, it looks like. Or Justin's going to add one. It's 5 penalties for 55 total yards. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Sockies. All the way down to the Plains.
Ball at the Cardinals,
41-yard line. It's quite the change of field position. Petty in the gun. He will fumble it. Trying to get on the ball. He will get on it.
The field.
Went to hand it off. Went to pull it.
Petty from going anywhere.
Loss back at the 47. Loss of 6 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 16.
Down and 16 for the Sockies.
2nd down and 16 yards to go. 9:09 left. Can't hear you at home, Justin. He's not saying anything.
Hi, Kim Gerard.
He's speechless. They'll hand it off now to Elliott.
Hand off up the middle. Oswald gets a hold of
tries
him.
to get back forward, and he's not going to gain much there. He's
Pennington on the
near
tackle with Mr. Payne.
8-yard line, a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd and 17.
It'll be 3rd and 17 for the
Clock
Sockers.
moving here with 8:33 and counting this one.
3rd down, fans. Let them hear ya.
Cardinals are winning 2-0, Justin. You'd be excited to hear that.
No one cares.
Heard you were converting to being a Cardinal fan.
Ball, 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 ball.
Up in the air.
Big play by Pennington.
Archer down there all by himself amongst a couple of defenders. And an
Brings
incomplete
up
pass on the
4th
clock.
down
And
for
it's
the
now
Sockies.
4th down and 17. And Pittsfield will probably go for it here with 8:12 left.
4th down, fans. Get loud. Stay loud.
8:12 left. He's already excited. We got Petty in the gun. Here comes the blitz. It's collapsing on him. He throws it up.
Interception! Oswald!
Again. Oswald at the 30. Where he's taken out of bounds by the 32-yard line and a 24-yard reception.
After a big
interception,
return
I should
after the
say.
interception.
Oswald, the
Cardinals,
second pick of the
1st
night.
and 10.
Petty had the pocket collapsing on him, just threw it up for grabs, and it was grabbed by Oswald. And it'll be down
Mitchell
near the
Coffey checks into
32-yard
the
line
game
for the
Cardinals.
Cardinals at the Saki 32 with 8:01 left.
The 2nd interception on the night for the senior Oswald.
2 receivers left.
Ball on the
Single
32.
receiver to the right-hand side. The quarterback will be Skelton. He scans the defense. Is back to pass. Has pressure from Archer. Archer slips out of his grasp this time. Looks downfield. Has
Wide open Kahn.
Kahn's got the 1st down.
Tackled
He's
by a
taken
couple
down
Sockies,
near
number
the
51 on
19-yard
the hit.
line. A gain of 13 yards. And the 1st
Cook.
and 10 at the 19.
Skelton with a good scramble to make that play
Kahn
happen
catch
for the
for
Cardinals. 1st and 10.
Pick up there of 13 yards. And a 1st and 10 with 7:45 and counting in this contest. Fresh set of downs deep in Pittsfield territory at the 19. Drive set up by the interception by Oswald. 2 receivers left. Single man to the right. Quarterback is in the shotgun. This is Keininger this time. He is not going to get
Keininger
much
keeps
here.
it. Runs
by
to the left.
McAllister. Near the line
Number
of
58 with
scrimmage.
the tackle.
No
That's
gain,
Shaw.
no loss. It'll be a 2nd and
Gets
10.
back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals. 7:08.
2nd and 10 from the 19-yard line. Real and Twine, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, outdoor wall hangings, and much, much more. Stop by and see them. Just across from the airport.
Sabo and Schallenberg both in.
North of Pittsfield, or call 285-5013. Rochester 54-6 over Southeast. Griffin 49-7 over Normal U-High. Here's Skelton on the quarterback keeper. He's
Skelton
taken
again
down here
keeps it.
near the 16-yard line. The gain of 3 on the play.
Picks up
Archer
a
on the
couple.
stop, and brings up a 3rd and 7.
3rd down and 8 for the Cardinals.
Glenwood beat Lanphier tonight 56-14. So the guys at the top of the Central State 8 all picking up victories tonight as expected. 6 minutes, 11 seconds left in this one. Here's Skelton back to pass, looking for the end zone. He's
Over the middle, it's touchdown!
Here's Keininger down there. A 16-yard pass. And with 6:01 to play.
To the homecoming team,
Makes it 40.
Keininger!
Carney on the extra point attempt. perfect so far. They got a bad snap the one time. But they still got the 2-point try. This time he kicks it and gets inside the right upright. It's good. 43-6. Plains on top. 6:01 left.
Cardinals. Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
6:01 to play, 43-6. Plains on top. Shown on the kickoff. Sakis Edwards returns it down the far sideline and is taken out of bounds.
Edwards
across the 45 near the 46, and that's where Pittsfield will take over first and 10 from their own 46-yard line. 5:56 left in this game. The game was 14-0 Plains at halftime.
Number 18, Johnny Abraham, checking into the game for the Cardinals.
Gotta look back, Justin. What was the third quarter score? Scored twice in the third, twice in the fourth.
Yes.
Pick six the one time. Last drive set up by an interception. Petty is in the shotgun. He hands it off to Elliott, running left. Has a big hole this time. Going to have a first down. He's the biggest run of the night. Plains got some second-team guys out there defensively down to the 38-yard line. And they pick up on the play of 16 yards and a first and 10.
To go in the game.
A lot of new faces out there for Plains on the defensive side, it looks like. Two receivers right, two to the left-hand side. Petty in the gun, puts more in motion left to right. Petty will hand it off this time to Elliott running right. Doesn't get much of a block, but going to run forward and finish the run near the 29-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 2.
Peyton Handy, who's checked into the game for the Cardinals with the tackle. Oswald helping out, as well as Quant.
Second down and 2 yards to go with 5:07 left.
For the Sakis.
Pittsfield hosts Auburn next week. Then they go to Porta on a Saturday game when they play Riverton at home in the season. Petty will turn and hand it off. This is McKee this time. McKee breaks the tackle.
Another good run by the Sakis there to the right
near
side.
the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9 and a first down. So moving the ball here, but it's against the second group of points.
And Streck, they pick up the first down.
I'll say it. Pittsfield should be playing all their sophomores on Monday nights as well. You got to learn how to win at some point. And it's been a while.
Into the game, a linebacker for the Cardinals.
Two receivers right now. Allen goes in motion. He takes the snap. Going to pitch it out to McKee. McKee looking for a corner. Taken down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. A gain of 7.
Over to finish off the tackle.
Brings up a second down and 3. Good run by McKee. But I mean, you gotta learn how to win. It's got to come at some level. Pittsfield's got a big sophomore class. They got a lot of guys playing here at the varsity level, and they're getting it taken to you like this every week can be something that makes you kind of turn off to the game. You learn how to win. Edwards now will be the ball carrier. He's got a little burst of speed. He'll be taken down inside the 5-yard line. Call it the 5. A gain of 8 on the play. And it'll be first and goal at the 5.
Having to come over to make that stop.
So first and goal at the 5-yard line with 3:47 left. Poole's a 701st home run, Justin, came off of Johan Oviedo, who started the season with the Cardinals. setup. Trying to get him to catch Babe now. Last 4 games, going to hit 13 more. Here's Edwards. Carries on the right side, dives forward. He's shy of the goal line, down at the 2. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and goal at the 2.
2nd and goal, ball on about the 2-yard line.
Felt like he should have been in, but
lost his
9
footing.
yards deep. Makes it harder. Just a long way to go. I understand the purpose of the offense, but you got to have the cats to run. High formation. Petty will be under center this time. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to McKee. McKee tried to stutter step in the backfield. He's taken down for no gain on the play, and will bring up 3rd and goal from the 2.
Run up the middle. Boone gets in on the first hit.
3rd down and goal to go.
3rd and goal.
Around the 2-yard line.
The 2-yard line.
And with 2:35 and counting in this contest, the Sakis will pitch it outside. It's McKee, and he'll get his second touchdown of the night.
Touchdown, Saki.
So McKee takes it in from 2 yards out to make it 43-12. On the Trex scoreboard. 43-12 the score, and now they'll go for the 2. Science and stuff. A gust of wind. Petty's back to pass. Throws it up for grabs. He had a man open in the end zone. He was,
pass out of bounds.
what in the world was that he was even throwing to? Wyatt Potter. Couldn't connect.
To make sure
Surprisingly, 2:28 to play in this contest. 43-12, the advantage for the Sakis back after this.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a DOT truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work at DOT. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things, if you want them, you should be at DOT.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
.228 left.
Number 51. Tucker Cook.
Leading 43-12. Cook's got it teed up. He kicks it deep. Going to be taken by Carney at around the 13-yard line. Across the 15. Slides it down to the 20. The smart play. Skelton.
Down the ball.
Skelton. Yeah. Carney. Smart play. 2:24 left, and we're a couple of running plays away from this one being adios, amigo.
Kind of wild he's back.
Checks into the game for the Cardinals.
Don't know why he'd be in the game returning kicks. That's.
I mean, other than that, you're going to catch it inside, I guess.
There's a lot of kids on that team do that.
And looks like number 22, Cooper Schallenberg, will be at quarterback.
Schallenberg going to play quarterback now. Where's the ball?
Give it up for those starters tonight, folks. Homecoming night.
At their own 20-yard.
Boone and a running back also for the Cardinals.
10. Hand the ball off. Man, who puts his foot on the ground? Let's go a little burst of speed. This is Colt
Good
Boone.
run up
Colt
the middle
Boone.
by Colt Boone. Big hole.
33-yard line. A gain on the play up. 13 yards on a first
Number
and 10.
19 with the tackle. That is McAllister.
Boone with the big run.
Bond and Kaufman on the left
Pittsfield's
side.
got
with
some
Fields.
second guys out there. The defensive side. You can tell by how
Giving the
bright
Cardinals
white
a
the jerseys
first and
are.
10. Ball at the 33.
2:05 and counting in this contest. Honestly, if you're still watching at this point, God bless you. You have
Parker Denny on the left side.
Exceeded my expectations, and we appreciate you watching here on Central Illinois Sports. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. Low snap. Schallenberg going to pick it up, try to make something out of this one. He's going to be taken down in the backfield. That's Archer.
Schallenberg gets tackled for a
Archer
loss
actually
of
gets
yards.
his third sack of the night. Schallenberg going to lose back to the 21-yard line. A loss on the play of 12 yards. Second and 22.
The second down and 20.
Am I crazy in saying you should be playing all your sophomores on Monday night at this point? You're going to be 0-6. Literally the last 3 games of the year. I mean, not a lot. I mean, you can build on it, obviously, for a program that's very young. But why not get those guys another set of reps on Monday against guys their own age and skill level? Call me crazy. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left-hand side. Schallenberg on the second and 22. 50 seconds left. Takes his knee. And the referees will not hustle to spot this ball, I wouldn't think. Maybe one more knee. Can't actually take one more knee because that's a turnover.
See it.
And that'll be it in this one. Big win for Pleasant Plains in what's been a tough week. They win this one for their teammate Jaden Fiesenmeyer.
Schallenberg under
They
center.
moved to 2 and 3 on
Bond
the
with the
year.
snap. Takes another knee. That'll do it, folks.
Pretty impressive fashion here. I thought for Pleasant
Homecoming
Plains.
Friday
Like I said,
night,
they had a lot of
Here
things
you are.
that could have distracted in this contest away from
Cardinals
the game.
win.
And I thought you have to give a lot of credit
43-12
to Coach Hamilton
on a Friday night
and his
lights
coaching
matchup.
staff because they looked
Have
well
fun tomorrow
prepared.
night, students. Enjoy your homecoming and,
And
be
they win
safe.
this one 43-12. Final of the contest 43-12. Plains with the victory. We take you to the Illini Community Hospital post-game show, where we'll take a look at those final stats. We'll name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. It all comes your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield. Welcome to Westtown Ford, serving Central and West Central Illinois. When you're shopping for a new vehicle, we believe you need a comfortable ambiance, dynamic selection of vehicles, competitive options for financing, and high-quality service to feel confident and stress-free throughout the car buying process. At Westtown Ford, you will find just that, a great selection of Ford models and a team that will make the process as smooth as possible. Westtown Ford Lincoln in Jacksonville, just 30 minutes away from high prices. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back to the Illini Community Hospital post-game show. Final score in this one, Pleasant Plains. The victory over the Sockies, 43-12. Plains improves to 2-3. Pittsfield drops to 0-6. on the season. And here on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show, Justin Noble with your final stats.
Bo will start with Pleasant Plains here. They rushed 32 times for 212 yards. Your leading rusher, Danny Skelton. He rushed 17 tries for 165 yards. Passing-wise, they were 23 for 159. Led by Danny Skelton again for 18 passes for 105 yards. They had 5 penalties for 55 yards and 16 total first downs. For your Sockies, they were rushing 26 tries for 62 yards. They were led by Lane Elliott, 10 rushes, 32 yards, and Jason McKee, he had 10 rushes for 28 yards. Passing for Javen Petty for the night, 29 for 204. The Sockies had 11 penalties for 82 yards and a total of 11 first downs. They were led in receiving by Jeremiah Jackson. He had 6 catches for 79 yards. Connor Allen, 6 catches for 69 yards. And Justin Pinnick, what a great first name, 5 receptions for 28 yards.
Time the name of our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, players, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And there's the Danny Skelton show here tonight, Justin.
Just like last year, he bounces off them kids hard. He's hard to tackle, and you can't arm tackle that guy.
And he proves to be quite the valuable young player once again, and leading this team to 43-12 victory over the Sockies. That's going to do it for Jacob Hull and Justin Noble. I'm Charlie Hill, thanking you for joining us tonight on Central Illinois Sports.